Hello and welcome to the Stream of Chaos. My name is Jackson. I'll be a keeper of arcane lore for this session of Call of Cthulhu. And today we're continuing our playthrough of an Amaranthine Desire from Nameless Horrors, which you can get a copy of from chaosium.com. You can find all the VODs of our fine stream on the Chaosium YouTube channel. And you can see us streaming live each week at 5 p.m. Pacific on Twitch. And I say live on Twitch because we were pre-recorded last week and we're pre-recorded this week. Oops, our bad. Once again, go nuts in chat, like insulting us to the best of your ability, and we won't know unless we're there, in which case we will know. Who can say? Either way, we're going to have a good time. We did have a good time. You're in the future. We're in the past. We had a great time. This was a great session.
What a time lapse.
It'll be fine. Excellent. Well, yeah. We are using Roll20 and Sirenscape, which are excellent tools we'll use to improve our games. And yeah, speaking of time loops, let's pick up where we were. Or should I say, when we were, because it's January 1st, 1287. Again. This is when the investigators have found themselves after sailing through a storm in 1895 off the coast of Dunwich in Suffolk in East Anglia in England, in the UK. I could go on, but I won't. They found themselves here in 1287, lost in the dark woods in a forest, stumbled their way toward the mighty city of Dunwich before it fell into the sea. They've uncovered a great conspiracy of murdered priests and a missing girl, accusations of witchhood. It's all a bit of a mess, and not only that, they're stuck in it. Every time one investigator suffers a mortal wound, or every time the night grows too late and the bells of St. Bartholomew's begin to toll, the investigators find themselves once again at the beginning of the night in the woods outside Dunwich. Not only that, but they don't seem to have an infinite number of these time loops, because each time it happens, 10 years fall from their faces. And as they found out from one unlucky denizen who was drawn into the same situation, if you die in Dunwich in 1287, you die in real life.
What they say.
So with that out of the way, Dave, if I name a player, we didn't rehearse this last time at all, so if I name a player, will you go to them?
Yeah, of course.
Fantastic. That's what I'd like to do. I'm going to go my order screen. We'll go Jamie. Who are you playing?
That's me. Hello. I am playing Richard Garrett. I am the batsman of this little gang of time-stranded bandits. I am generally around to thump people when things go wrong, and I hold the dubious honor of being the only person to have survived our unfortunate time accident last time, in which we realized that whenever one of us is injured, all of us are injured. But unfortunately, whenever one of us dies, all of us dies. So the dubious honor of survival is actually not nearly as exciting as it sounds.
Not at all. But maybe it'll be more exciting if you survive the whole ordeal and get back home.
I'm hoping that if one of us gets home, we all get home. And it's kind of a thing like that.
That actually might be the case.
Or if one of us gets left behind, we all get left behind. The other thing I really want to do is see if we can communicate with like a Looper style. We write something on ourselves. So that'd be pretty sweet.
That is sweet and gross, but I kind of love it. Speaking of getting back home, we go to Richard's adopted sibling, being played by Art.
Hi. I'm Art. I am playing Elizabeth Devereaux, who is, at least in the time that we come from, and actually technically this time too, vague nobility, I guess. She's got a lot of money, which buys a lot of stuff. My thing that I want to find out is if we all like get hurt at the same time, we all get hurt. And I couldn't try this the last session. I'm a heckin' try it this one. If I concentrate really hard, can I see through someone else's eyeballs if we're all connected? Like, can I hear through their ears? Can I like, is that a thing? Because like if we're all connected on some kind of metaphysical level, if we're all getting hurt, then the opposite should be true. Hello, Jackson. I really, really hope that you thought about this when you were prepping, because I'm gonna try. die.
It's one of those scenarios where it just invites the players to test every single rule and find the boundaries, and that's what I found out the hard way. I'll hide you off at the pass. No, you can't see through each other's eyeballs. I'm sorry. We just
let's read really deep into this fact and base our entire, investigation off it.
Yeah. It's been like 3 hours theorizing before you finally agree to the experiment, which, proves it doesn't work.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I literally did spend the entirety of last session theorizing that. So I did spend about 2 hours on it. And just didn't get a chance to try it. No.
Look forward to the published paper.
Elizabeth is good, concerned, focused, has a plan. Just paid off a ruffian with a promissory note. It was a good time.
Speaking of the promissory note of an enormous amount of money, which some characters don't really appreciate the aristocratic nature of which. Alex, who are you playing?
He's good.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm playing Emmanuel, smuggler extraordinaire. Friend to the underdogs, unfriend to the nobles, because the English and particularly the wealthy killed my husband, and they are all dogs.
Sure, to the point. What's Emmanuel's kind of game plan here, if any?
Low-key panic. Punch someone if I gotta. A little bit more panic. Hopefully not go crazy and die.
That's a plan. That's a 4-part plan. As soon as you have 4 parts in something, it's suddenly a plan.
Exactly.
You're doing great. And speaking of low-key panic, we got Dave bringing up the rear.
Yeah. G'day, I'm Dave. And I'm playing Tobias Levitt, and I am high-key panicking. I believe we're trapped in purgatory, and the actions we take here will determine what we see on the other side. I also had that kind of validated, except my character wasn't there when it happened. So someone else in this loop believes that to be true as well. And now I am charging forward, seeking heaven or hell, whichever comes after.
Wait, who?
The old guy you spoke to.
The old guy also thinks he's in purgatory. That doesn't mean he's right.
That's not what I said. Yeah, I said there's another person who also thinks it. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. So,
yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Yes. In the scope of democracy, that's two
votes.
That's
two votes. I don't hear any other theories going around. You guys think, I don't even know what you guys think. You know nothing.
Dress
did a survey.
That makes 2 of us.
Or expect or something.
Yeah.
2 out of 5 time travelers think they're in purgatory. That's a poll result you can live by. Regardless, here we are. Yes, as we mentioned, we've just started the 3rd loop. You've just made it to the windmill. You've just rescued Father Joseph Finch from being horribly murdered. It's the second time you've rescued him. It's
we love that guy.
Once was enough. Seeing his body kind of desecrated and carved and left to burn in the windmill. Yes, and you've uncovered bits of the conspiracy one by one. Somewhere out there under Dunwich, you've seen it, under St. Bartholomew's Church. It's one of the ancient crowns of East Anglia, said to protect the kingdom from outside misfortune. And you know that somewhere out there is a young girl, Sarah Brown, said to be the sailors and lucky charm of the fishermen. Wow, that sentence got away with me. Said to be the lucky charm of sailors and fishermen to Dunwich over, and has been accused of being a witch. And somewhere out there is Sarah's employer, William Levitt. I nearly said Tobias Levitt, because Tobias, the character, is William's great descendant, and seems to be cooked up in this mess of stealing the crown. Find out what is good for, and setting a young, innocent woman to the stake.
And we learned that he kicks it in the storm that comes soon as well. And I am determined to fulfill that prophecy. So over the ledge he goes.
Perhaps. Regardless, this is where you are. You've just sent Levitt's kind of ruffian out of the picture. That was Hawkins, and you've rescued Father Joseph Finch, and I don't really know what state you left him in, if anyone can remember.
I think I did a thing where if I remember correctly, Elizabeth went up and went, "Hello, here is a bunch of information that no person could possibly know because it's only inside your head. And in fact, we do know it. We do know what's going on. So you're just going to, sit down, shut up, and let us do our stuff and try and make all of this not a problem anymore. Thank you kindly.
That was probably a critical success, right? Oh no, that was Dawkins.
I'm looking
anyway,
at a hard intimidate as the last roll here.
That's true.
We spooked him good.
That was probably Richard. Yeah. He is spooked. Yes.
Proper
so
spooked.
We don't want him going back to the city. So I think it's either that or we turn around and we tie his ass up and head in.
Who? The priest?
Yeah.
I don't... Because, we know...
Let's just remove players from
where
the board,
thing is.
right?
I don't know whether we need him to, because he's got a key.
It's a big...
take
We're going to need.
Take the key.
Yeah.
Take the key
One
off him, pick his
thing
pockets, tie him up. He was
that-
going to burn a witch at the stake.
Yeah,
Just like these
fuck
poor
that
young
dude.
women at the stake. Not a great
One
dude.
thing-
Glad he's not dead.
He's like
That
the
I will
Pope. He'll be
note.
fine in the woods.
Yeah.
One thing that I will note that I'm not sure if we were recording when Jackson let this slip, but the windmill not being on fire does theoretically change some stuff.
If Jackson let it slip,
However-
maybe we don't run off it.
No.
I mean-
See, here's my thing. However, we don't actually know what happens with Levitt and Sarah when the windmill is on fire, but we do know what happens to them when it's not on fire, because that's the loop we got the most information on. So
That's true.
would suggest that we continue on the basis of we have better understanding of what's going to happen when we don't, which means we don't act on information we wouldn't have, but also, to let the
You've
viewers
lost
at
him.
home
Look at him,
know
he's just confused.
to let the viewers at home know that was a thing that was mentioned and is very cool, but we are not going to act on it.
I lost track of that.
Levitt
Well,
on
no,
fire.
but by all means, I'm happy to tell you, this is your third loop. You've been through 2 loops before. On the first loop, the windmill was burned, the father Joseph was murdered, and then you whiled away the hours until you heard the bell ring and the storm collapse upon you, and it was reset. The second loop, you rescued Father Joseph. The windmill did not burn. You whiled away not hours, you investigated some other things, and at some point one of the sailors in the harbor inn cried out that Sarah's house was on fire, and then you didn't get to the end of that loop because
We don't know why.
got clobbered to death in a back alley by city guards.
And that could have been
Tobias
any of
got
us.
hanged by a baton.
Yeah.
These things happen.
Yeah, there is an opportunity for us to make a point of doing a thing or not. I think that because we have at least a bit more information about where people are in the not setting it on fire, that's probably the way to go.
Arson's not even on my mind. I think chuck this priest in there, tie his ass up, and let's hop off to the city. I mean, we know where the witchy is. We know where the crown is. Let's kick some goals.
Yeah.
I reckon we've got this
Agreed.
wrapped. I reckon half an hour, cut to, this scenario resolves. Mark my words. Time starts
Because you've
now.
gotten clothes hanging again and we're all dead.
Time stops then.
So,
Yeah.
what are you doing with Father Joseph at this stage? He's been listening to all of this, and he's not a brave man. He's a kindly priest. He's got a heart of gold.
Kindly priest with gold.
And
Who wants
he's
to set young women on fire?
Just some light flambe of the local townsfolk. That's just the young women up.
Well,
in
look-
flames. A kindly priest with the heart of gold. Yeah.
I think we want to leave him behind and get going. I would propose that a simple, fun way to do that would be give me your shoes, because he's just going to be slower, and then we can take his boots
Just
and
tie
go.
him up.
Well, look, I
Take
just
extra
wanted to say.
steps. Tie his ass
All
up.
right, time up.
He just
Let's
wanted to
time up.
say. He just wants to say. I've been listening quite intently to the conspiracy you've spun, and I must say it is quite possible that Mr. Levitt soundly pulled the wool over my eyes. I now
You think?
consider that perhaps young Miss Brown is not a witch, and as you surmised, it was all part of his ploy to take the crown from the church. I have, after all, the loneliness in the eyes of the Almighty to admit when I am wrong, and I only pray that He forgives me.
But if she were a witch, you'd burn her.
Yes, that's what we must do with witches. You understand.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, cool. Totally.
I don't think there is any harm in leaving him to his devices, whether he goes back to the city or not. It does not matter at this point. What matters is we get there quickly. I will
let's
ask
get going.
for the
Yeah.
key.
Oh, surely I will slow you down, but I'm not the only priest of St. Bartholomew's. My brothers will be there, and Levitt may still have sway over him. I beg you, please don't leave me. The crown, you see, it's my charge. It's my sacred duty and that of my family's. If you offer me the chance to help protect it, I must take it.
Well, go back to your crown, give us the key, knock on the door, your brothers will let you in, protect the crown. You do you, give us the key.
Yeah, sounds great. If we fail, you can fill in the blanks.
If we cock this up, you're next in line, I guess.
What? Father, if you give us the key, you can lock the door and keep your charge safe. We will still have a way to access if we need to alert you of anything. We will go and see if we can find what has happened to this Miss Sarah. Should anything happen, is there a way... Yes, of course, you're at St. Bartholomew's. If Levitt should get there before us, or should try and break through, would you sound the bells?
Which bells?
The St. Bartholomew bells.
Of your...
I don't understand. You would like me to return to St. Bartholomew's?
You have said that the crown is your charge, so we charge you with protecting it.
Yes, thank you. I will.
Please leave with us your key so that we may enter. You said there were other people there that can let you in. Make sure that the door is locked. And should Levitt arrive before we do, sound the bells, and we will make haste towards you.
What will you do?
We're
going to go and try and find...
him on the head.
Oh, you mean to Levitt, or what are we going to do in the meantime? In the meantime, we're going to go and try and find Miss Brown. Missing girl. It's not right that she should be taken advantage of, or whatever it is that's going on here, so we're going to try and find her and make sure that she's...
The one you were going to burn, remember?
Very good. I understand.
And you are to keep Levitt away from that crown, and should he try, sound the bells and we will come running.
I'm gonna need. You had the persuade roll. I think the intimidate roll to make sure he didn't do anything. But now I need another social roll to get him to do something. I think what you want. And it sounds like you're being a little bit more persuasive or a little bit more charming now.
Hey,
I got me some persuade.
Jackson, while we're doing that too, I rolled a history for my family kicking it in the storm that comes. We know that ultimately St. Bartholomew's sinks. Is this the storm that does it?
I think you would know that. Yeah.
Then in that case, them holding up in there, the crown will be lost. Regardless, when the storm breaks, it can't be there. We need them to take the crown away.
What we don't know is if the cat crown being removed from St. Bartholomew's is what caused the storm, or whether the storm is on its way already. My theory that I've been working off is that the crown is what is keeping this place safe, and its removal by Levitt is what creates an opportunity for the storm to come and damage the town.
Yeah, I'll pay that. I think I should know.
The one thing we know is there is a man who knows more than us, and he is in need of a talking to. And that will be where our answers lie.
Yeah. Old Papa Bear.
Worst case scenario, we make a mistake. It does, in fact, fall into the ocean, regardless of whether it's taken. And
we'll get our scuba kit.
We try again. Although I'm not sure how many more goes we've got.
I don't think Richard's got another go in him.
I got like 10. Whippersnapper.
Regardless, I still need that roll to see if Father Joseph's going to do what you ask, and that may have been Elizabeth doing most of the talking there to the good priest.
I suppose my persuade is only slightly better than my charm, but it is not phenomenal. Up to you. Elizabeth laid out the groundwork.
I wasn't talking really.
I mean, I'm
anyone
happy
else
to
in
make
prod?
the roll if someone is willing to assist me for a bonus rather than going like, who's got the highest? Because I was talking, but we were all chiming in. If that's
Yeah.
an option.
I've got pretty good persuade. I can give you a bonus.
All right, I'll take it. Go ahead.
I try and take his
Ooh.
shoes. Oh, hell yeah.
Ooh.
14.
Wait.
A hard success.
I'll see you at
Sorry, that's
the
a
church.
yeah, no, 14. Yes.
God be
Thank
with
you,
you.
Father. God be with you.
If there is a god in this place.
What was
Stuff
that?
like that'll get you burnt.
I said, if there is a god in this place.
Shut it.
He shakes his head and walks off. All
Nice
right,
guy.
what's the plan?
Let's get to the city.
That'd be a burnable offense if you were a woman. Anyway, let's get moving.
It absolutely would be. You're right.
Amazing. Yeah, I think the plan do we still want to send anyone to the church along with Bartholomew, or are we sorry, not
I think we say the
Bartholomew,
four of
along
us
with-
together now. We go for the
Alright.
witch.
Let's go.
We've
So the last-
thoroughly spooked the priest. We've thoroughly spooked the father into,
Ringing the
basically
bells if
stand
anything
over the
happens.
crown. Yeah.
I like it. I
Great.
think we got a good plan.
So the last that we were told by the whatever his name was, Ralph Fiennes is the only name I have in my head.
Ralph
Yeah.
Hawkins.
Thank
But
you,
close
Ralph
enough.
Hawkins.
Close enough.
That Sarah was in the in Levitt's abode was where he last knew she was.
He did say that, yes.
Whether or not he was telling the truth, I
We'll find information.
retroactive
We'll have a snoop.
psychology,
We'll have a
but-
snoop through his office and stuff. We'll find something,
Yeah.
Jeremy.
Let's
We'll
go.
jump
yeah.
his bloke and sniff through his office.
Let's do it.
And am I correct in thinking that the windmill is unburnt?
Correctamundo.
I don't like that you're asking us that, but
Yeah.
Great. I'm
windmill
glad
is
that I'm
unburnt.
correct in thinking that.
The one time investigators don't burn down a piece of property.
I know. I feel bad.
Curious.
I feel
Feels
bad
weird,
about
actually. Maybe we
not
do burn.
I mean, the
engaging
hope
us
is
for a
that-
change.
The hope is that we averted this quickly, and I know we did a lot of talking or a lot of like faffing, but please give us the benefit of the doubt that we were trying to rush.
No, understood. No worries.
We stayed together. Clap for us.
All right. For
no
now.
splitting the party, yeah.
All right, you set off through the night once again, making haste. Father Joseph falling behind you, a small figure in amongst the East Anglian landscape. As you approach the town, the city of Dunwich, and once again, the beggar, Walter Lucas, as he so kindly introduced himself to you in another timeline, flags you down and holds up a beleaguered hand. Any arms, travelers? Any arms?
I'm afraid we're in a rush. Push right past him.
My turn, I suppose, and I'm just gonna I don't have nearly as much as Elizabeth because I'm a common person, but I do have some coins, and I'll
you help him
plop
out.
them- I'll plop them
Even
into his
though-
palm. My turn, I
even
suppose.
Even though there's a good chance he's not going to remember, and even though
Doesn't
he's going to
matter.
ask you again, you're going to
Because
go through
it's
this loop again.
a test.
I'm
Good vibes.
touched.
Good
I'm
vibes.
honestly touched.
I'm not gonna.
I
I'm not
mean-
gonna hang out and talk to him, but I'm gonna drop some coins in his palm.
I might take a moment and
yes,
hang back
it's-
slightly to ask
Superstition.
something of him.
Oh,
Very
by all
nice.
means.
I was gonna, as we push past, pat him on the shoulder and just say, "There's a storm coming. Get to high ground." As we all push through as well.
I did sense that, sir. I sensed it in my leg.
So did we.
I'm glad you know of it. Can I help you, miss?
Yes, I'm wondering how many individuals in this city are in a position such as yours, in perhaps places where you hear things, see things, maybe you're able to make distractions, if you will, if so inclined.
Oh, well, miss, I suppose there's a few of us, often in search of employment. What manner of work did you have in mind?
I am very interested in the whereabouts of Mr. William Levitt. And if he
Oh.
were, say, making his way in the direction of St. Bartholomew's Church,
He kind of
would
drops his
be-
eyes as soon as you say the word and says, "Oh no, no, oh no, no, miss, no, miss. I wouldn't be brave enough to tangle with Mr. Levitt. He owns
I
half
have-
the city. He does. Owns half the ships. If he caught wind of any of us moving against him, oh no, that would be a bad day indeed."
Would
Half the city.
would a friend asking for information about the whereabouts of another friend be acting against someone? And I will take a handful of coins out, and also allow them to see, because I did a rubbing of the signet ring, allow them to see the signet ring and to see that, obviously I have money and am technically,
Yeah.
So it's
You're trying to turn this into a credit rating roll, is what I'm hearing.
Right.
I mean, credit rating or fast talk, either or.
Yeah,
Quite
have a
frankly,
go.
I'm happy to give you either of those. What would you prefer?
Either I can see either,
Great.
but you're going to tell me that one is significantly higher than the other. I'm going to regret saying that.
Look, I am getting money out and I am flashing status, so I will take your offer of credit rating. It is 70. My fast talk is 50, so it's not bad. Let's see what I can get.
Hell yeah.
Success. So I would not go so far as to ask them to waylay him. I was going to suggest that they try and get his attention, stop him going in the direction of St. Bartholomew's. I would imagine a success is not going to get me that, but potentially having them...
Can you just ask if he's seen him tonight? Because that'd do it for us.
Yeah, essentially find out where he is, and if I can convince them, if Levitt heads in the direction of St. Bartholomew's at any point,
Just tell
we
us.
are...
Find us, tell us.
Oh, yeah, let us know.
Certainly, miss. We can see what we can do. Where will we find you?
We're planning to... What was
Here
that?
and around.
Levitt's is where we're going.
Yeah, well, I was planning on paying his manor a visit, but I understand as a businessman he's not often at home. So if he is somewhere else, you will be able to find us making our way in that direction, paying additional, I guess, truth to my slightly fake story. We do know the direction to his place. We do not need to ask.
Very good.
We
You'll be in the
actually know
north
it is.
half of the city then. Yep. Very, very good, miss. Very good. Do you know what? I will tell you, I was going to keep this from you. A regular success, that's yeah, you'll get the word out. Yeah, if anyone's in the area and happens to spot him, then yeah, maybe they'll see if they can stumble into you. You have not set them into a frenzy. I just want to be clear. If you wanted to spend heaps of luck and make that hard, I could see that turning into you get the word out. Some rich aristo will pay if we find Levitt tonight.
So you say I need a hard?
Yeah,
Which
a
is
regular
8 points
success,
of luck?
you might get lucky and it'll work out, but a hard is they're on the job.
You can have 8 points of luck for a hard.
Done. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
All right, and onward.
Also helps that I've spent no luck so far.
As we go rushing, I tell everyone to keep an eye out for cops. They're really touchy in this area. You're going to want to be on the street. And every officer we're going past are going, evening. Evening.
That's true.
Also,
Evening.
there wouldn't be that many
Evening.
around.
Well, there certainly aren't as many as your first two loops around. First night, first loop, the windmill was burning, and there was suddenly an increased presence on the streets. Second night, there was, Richard managed to convince them that, Ralph Hawkins, that ne'er-do-well, had tried to murder a priest, and there was an increased presence in the city. This time. Yeah, no, those things happen. So
This scenario
not so
has
many.
GTA-style wanted levels. I can see the stars blinking
Yes.
above us, and so suddenly
That's true.
tanks are going to
Blinking,
start
very Cthulhu.
spawning down streets.
Incroyable.
All right, and so with a focused pace, you make your way to Levitt's house in the Merchants District, which of course, William Levitt's house, which Tobias will recognize. I didn't get it mixed up again, did I?
No, you got it that time.
Nope.
Tobias,
Nailed it.
great. Will recognize by the roaring lion's head once again, looking down upon you from the front door.
So, a couple of options. We can try and stealth our way in.
Yeah, the guy who runs this place is a dick.
Well, he's your ancestor. Oh, he's your ancestor.
No, my ancestor hired the dick.
do we want to go about this stealthily and try and get in surreptitiously, or should I continue to try and talk my way in with? Well, I think it's pretty obvious now. I'm not, in fact, your everyday smuggler.
No.
Well, someone may as well try and go in through the front door and distract him. So even if it doesn't succeed, it's a distraction, and the others can try and go in through the windows or something else.
Other means.
I will flag. He's pretty resistant to letting you in.
The front door. You two try and sneak through.
Yeah,
I would suggest that we actually. Why don't we suggest that we are connected to the ongoing conspiracy? We learned that this manservant is like involved in everything. Why don't we imply, hey, yeah, the guy we spoke to was like, he's a rough character, the one who runs the house. Why don't we say, hey, we need to get Sarah now and bring her to her house. It's time to go. Like, go down that angle rather than trying to get a legitimate meeting.
Yeah, we could
say
something went wrong at the mill, but we're bringing news. We could
the
say
father
that,
got loose. We need
Ralph
to act
is a
now.
traitor. Anything.
Yeah.
Alternatively, we can do both. I can spin a tale that my family has lived a long time in this area and is interested in seeing its prosperity maintained, and I understand that there is an interesting artifact in this specific city that, were it to be located, could see,
Up to
various-
you. That strategy's trying.
Get you stabbed.
Yeah, that one's trying to turn the assistant against his master. I think what we go with is, hey, your master's told us to come and get you. Like, we need to go now. Like, the plan's still going, we're acting.
Not turn against. I'm more meant, I understand this is happening and I'd like a meeting with Mr. Levitt because I'm interested in potentially bankrolling some
Just saying
of his
Levitt's not
endeavors.
in there, so he's not going to let you. I mean, go for it. I'll tell you what,
Trying to
just
get
have
involved?
fun. That's the most
I think
important
we've got
thing.
enough
Let's get some
information to
pieces
say
on the
that-
field.
yeah.
I'm going up a window.
I think we've got enough information to posit that we already are involved rather than trying to get involved.
Yeah, exactly. I start hiking up my trousers and prepare to climb.
You could always just tell him you've already bankrolled part of it.
Yeah.
You're wealthy, he's wealthy, makes sense.
That's fine. Is there any historical connection between?
He's sneaking
Nathan,
in.
you're muted.
I sure
Is there any
am.
historical connection between the Devereaux and the Levitt family that I am aware of?
Not that you're aware of, and there were a good number, because you're from Dunwich. You're from a few towns over, so probably not. You probably get your money from farmland, like as most nobles do, whereas Levitt got his money from shipping, from merchants.
Own half the
merchantry.
ships in the city, did you know?
So what we're saying is he's new money.
That could be fair to say, yeah.
Yeah,
New
kicks
in
ass.
12, whatever
Boats,
it is.
this newfangled technology.
That'll never
It's not
take
gonna
off.
last.
What's wrong with horses?
It's the whole like, oh, you earned your money through trade. Oh, I see.
I start climbing.
Yeah.
You're climbing up
We're-
the wall.
Yeah.
And
We would like to get into a window.
Yeah.
oh, you're all doing it.
Yeah,
All
hell
right.
yeah.
I'm not, I don't,
No,
actually,
no.
you know what?
Where-
I don't think I'm climbing. I'm not going to do that. I looked at my character sheet and decided against it.
I looked at my
I
character
might-
sheet
I'm
and
gonna try
decided in
and find
favor of it.
On the ground floor to sneak into.
I am going to try and cause an appropriate level of distraction by knocking at the door and being an affronted noble.
I'll come with Elizabeth.
Okay.
I mean, you should. You're my baitman.
Say bait.
It'd be very odd if I was wandering around the city without it.
All right.
I'm here, boss.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
And so what's Emmanuel doing?
Trying to, similar to Tobias,
We're
trying
gonna
to
try
get
and
inside
sneak
without
in.
being seen.
Yeah.
Only I'm not climbing.
I also
Okay,
don't want to
excellent.
climb if I don't have to.
All right, fantastic. All right, so
Distraction
sounds like-
team,
Sneaky team.
infiltration team. I feel like we've done this before, and I feel like it didn't go well. So I'm excited to see how
That's the
team
worst that can
distraction
happen.
and team infiltration go.
for sure. It was a missing cat last time, I think, but let's see what happens this time. It sounds like I'm hearing like a spot hidden roll for the folks casing the joint on the outside.
Sounds great.
Should we start there?
Can I assist? Do you want to just do a bonus dice to the other one, Alex?
50?
Go for it.
Hey.
Nicely
Ooh.
done.
You love to see a hard
Ooh.
success.
Good.
Yes.
Hard success. Yeah, no, I'll pay that. Yeah, look, it's a well-to-do house, you know, it's the kind of neighborhood you draw attention if it's like if you've got like, you know, fortifications, if you've got, you know, bars in the windows, that's not really the kind of thing he's going for. It seems to be the kind of guy who is more likely to protect his stuff with people, with muscle, rather than, you know, obvious showy ostentation defenses. So it seems like, yeah, it'd be relatively easy to just slip into a window of your choice, as long as you're quiet enough and as long as you're not unfortunate enough to meet a guard on the other side. But with a hard success, I'd be inclined to pay you a little more, which is as you case around the back, there's a small lean-to kind of setup with what I would call a garage, or you might call a mini stable, with a door, like a stable door, swinging gently in the wind that's now building from across the eastern sea. If you had to guess, maybe someone just left here in a hurry.
Let's look at that.
I have a little kind of mini kind of stable lean-to with enough space for a large mule or a small horse and a cart.
Or a witch.
Going to stick my head in, see if there's anything, there's like restraints or anything that's been like she's been kept there.
Ooh, that's a good question. No, it's a regular old 1287 13th century garage.
And someone's just left is the impression.
Someone's just taking the rolls. Tobias, can you get up on the roof? Can you get up there and see what direction they've gone in?
I could try. Yeah, sure. Give me a boost. Give me a boost.
Give you a boost.
And don't drop me because you'll drop all of us.
Oh, yeah.
I try and scramble up and see if I can spot where this fellow's gone.
Have a climb.
I've got such a good climb skill.
Hey?
I've got a great climb skill.
I've got base.
Talking to people.
I'm getting up there.
All right.
Okay.
Wow, good.
Yeah, I'll spend 11. Whatever. Let's get it.
11 points of luck to get to the top of the building.
Yeah, I'm hoping maybe I can get in through a window from up here too or something.
It's mad
All right.
awkward.
This is mad, but I'm loving it. Meanwhile, Team Distraction knock on the door.
Unfortunately, not team climb.
It opens, and a manservant in his middle to late 30s kind of opens the door, takes you in, and says, "I'm sorry, but the master of the house is not home at the moment. The hour is quite late. I will thank you to call again in the morning. Good night."
Miles, I presume?
I'm sorry. Have we met?
No.
I should probably check that his name is Miles.
I believe you.
Your notes are probably better than mine, so I'll take
I
it.
believe if I know that we had a name for the manservant, so whatever it is.
How did you get that name?
Introduce himself to me.
Correct.
Either
there you
introduced himself or I got it off. I'm going to
Hawkins.
Oh, it might have been
I'm going to
Hawkins,
argue.
yeah.
Either way, I'll stop slowing down the scenario. I'm sorry. Have we met?
No, but I am familiar with your employer, Mr. Levitt. And I would
Right.
like to know where he is right now. I note the windmill is currently not on fire, which is a concern, and I would like very much to know where he is, please.
Ooh,
That's
this is definitely a fast talk, because you're definitely trying to imply that you're in on the conspiracy, which is not true.
But it's a fast talk with inside info.
Oh, you're not wrong. Yeah.
This is how they get you, Jackson. This is how
I
they
can
get
see
you with
the
the
bonus
bonus
die.
dice. Yeah, this is how it starts, mate. 12 sessions later, they're all still alive.
Well, it's a success. Do you
It is a
require a
success.
hard success?
Now, that's the kind of thing I've got to decide in advance, isn't it?
It should it should be.
yeah.
I probably
hard
shouldn't have rolled until
Just follow
you
your
had
heart,
determined
mate.
that.
Whatever your heart tells you.
Look, a hard success would be, yeah, he lets you in, he assumes that you're on the level and he tells you everything. A regular success is like, I think you should come in and wait for my master, but he's not spilling his guts, you know?
Fine. 9 points of luck. Enjoy.
Oh
Sounds
my
like that was
goodness.
success.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop.
How did you
That's
not
all
see
right.
that coming, dude?
Yeah. We started with 50 luck, and I spent 2 sessions spending 0 luck, as I do every time. This is how I end up screwing every keeper over as I get to the end session. I'm like, you want 80 points of luck for an extreme success? Sure.
Very good. Yep. Nope. You love it. You're playing the game, and I got to respect that.
I take a lot of L's in order to have some good W's. That's how it rolls. Yes, I would like. You may have a hard success. 9 points of luck, I believe that is, to get a hard success. Yeah.
Just like he did in the last time loop, Miles looks around out the alleyway searching for a city guard and then says, well, quickly, inside, please, at once.
No, I'll step inside.
Flip on in.
Well, why isn't the windmill burning, please?
I don't know. That's why I'm here. I'm here to speak to Mr. Levitt. I want to know what is going wrong.
Well,
Where is he?
So did he. He's already gone.
Where?
To the lady's house, to the witch's house.
Does he have the witch with him, or is she there already?
Well, yes, naturally, but they will be arriving at the church shortly, I am sure. You are aware of all this, of course.
Yes, I'm aware that St. Bartholomew's holds a rather important relic.
Well, then perhaps it would be best if you hold your tongue around me. I'm afraid you may have a level of clearance above me, so to speak. Regardless.
What have you been told? It would be easier for me to avoid telling you things you don't know if I know what it is you know.
Yes, I suppose that makes sense. Up on the roof, am I hearing a spot hidden roll from Levitt the Younger?
Yeah, spot hidden or track or whatever you want. I've got no track. Don't know why I'm mentioning it. I'll roll dice.
It is now.
Yeah, great. I look down.
No, I'd say a hard spot hidden or a track.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm gonna roll track because I want to. So I get up the top. Can I argue a bonus dice, Jackson, for the superior height that we have? And I'm looking for a carriage or something rattling through. I got 10%, so I wouldn't stress it.
10%.
In the middle of the night, in a medieval city.
I think we're getting.
Yeah, so I've got a height. I'm looking for a torch moving or something.
No, I'm not sold.
I'm rolling spotted then. Got it. And that's what you get, Jackson. You should have given it to me, man. I would have rolled a 10% one.
Oh no! All right, with a hard spot here,
nuts.
You know, it would take some time. It's like you're not going to spot it right away. You've got to like pause for a bit on top of this 3-story building. How did you get up there? That's absurd.
I gave him a really good boost.
It was a really big boost.
Much.
I was up all the way up there.
Like a cheerleading launch, yeah.
You have to spend a few minutes. You have to spend a few minutes kind of like drinking the city in before you would see, a mule and cart proceeding apace in a direction.
I can see it's going that way.
Is it towards the exit of the city, towards where they would be going if they were going to the church? Because the manservant did say...
Yeah, is it towards Bartholomew's or is it towards where the witch's house is?
Sarah's house.
And I will need to consult the map before I answer it.
Sure.
Okay.
My next question immediately is going to be, can I see the storm coming on the horizon?
Ooh, that is a good question.
Natural world?
Yeah, I have a natural world.
Great, got none of that.
You're just tossing it.
10 points, mate. Have it. Let's go.
This is absurd. This will end poorly for you, but that's fine. I'm here for it. All right, I finished looking at the map. I know what's going on. Natural point. You spend 10 points of luck. Fantastic. With a success, you know, you're pretty confident there is a storm on the way.
Okay.
Storm is a bit of a strong word, though. There's a downpour on the way. There are gusts on the way. Based on your limited experience,
but I have historical precedent, right? Like I know that I know it's a storm of the century.
That's true.
So I'm just looking for the
city.
Yeah, I'm just looking for the signs of it starting and trying to estimate like how long we have.
You can see the signs of it starting, but as I said, it looks to you like with your success, it looks to you like a downpour.
It's just because I know how bad it is.
It doesn't look like a storm that will level in half a city.
Or this justifies that it's only when the crown goes that it escalates. Yeah. Okay.
Regardless, you are in the kind of the northwest tip of the city. I don't know if we can bring up a map so we can see what's going on. Do you want to move?
You can move us across to the map page. It's possibly easiest.
Well, heck, that might be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that though. My roll 20 foo is weak. If you could, that would amuse me terribly.
Here we go.
Ooh.
Reticulating
Map page, not just the
splines.
handout, of course. Oh man, this is me. So
Whoops.
my background is I have learned one virtual tabletop in my life, and I used it for everything, and then it shut down, and I have not learned another one.
And I refused it.
And it was all run on punch cards.
That's right. Back in my day, we didn't need your fancy electrons.
Jackson, the youngest
what?
amongst us and the oldest
Yes, the
soul.
youngest person on screen right now.
It's true. All right, I've arrived on the map page. How do I move people here?
So
I
you can
wonder
drag
aloud.
our tokens straight in from the right.
Outstanding. Here we go.
dang.
And you can also open up a
Oh,
little
look at
paint tool
that.
and start drawing circles and
Technology.
things.
Oh, here they come. There's Tobias. I'm having great fun. All right, this is now the game. This is the new game, everybody.
Oh god.
And
All
you
right.
too can have this experience on Roll20, a tool we use to improve our games.
Oh, yes. That tool that Jackson uses poorly to barely improve our games.
Hey, you're still
But
going to
could
be
be
better
used
than
more
like
effectively.
me when I get around to running one of these. I have no idea how this works.
Oh, that's good to hear.
I
All
rely
right, let me-
entirely on Dave and Jim to know what they're doing.
Let me
Just
consult
have
my
fun
map
with
one
it.
more
That's what's
time.
important.
Yes. All right. So, you are up here in this kind of corner. As I bring out the map, there is Levitt's house.
Okay.
You would spot Levitt, I guess, at this stage, coming down this street, down here,
Okay.
Nah.
and
Ah.
you know that St. Bartholomew's is this big chunker right down here.
Okay.
Right.
And can you point? Could you now identify the pub and the house that burns down later on in the night? Because I think
The
those
house
are the
that
only
we saw
other
on fire.
locations of note we have.
I would love to. You were in the Harbour Inn, which is at a place. Almost there. Please hold.
Could you also let me know exactly who lives in this house right here?
I cannot.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. Actually, you're right close to the Harbour Inn. This is the Harbour Inn up here, and you didn't actually get a good look when one of the sailors stepped out of the inn for a leak, and then came back in and said Sarah's house is on fire,
Oh, so in theory it's around here somewhere, but we don't know which one
and then
it
you
is.
died. Yeah.
Somewhere visible from here. So
Noted. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, Jackson.
My pleasure. Is that everything? What else do you want? What else do you want from me, Dave?
Ingress. I try and get inside the house. But
All right,
now that we know
s-
that there's no one necessarily in
we
there.
know that they've
we-
gone.
Well, we know that we saw a carriage go. We don't necessarily know that she's in it. We will stuff around trying to get in for a little bit.
I mean,
We're seeing
know
somebody
she's
piss
gone.
bolted, and we know the next steps
Oh
are.
yeah, I can just scramble down and we can
house
just hoof it
burning
after. Yeah, let's do
church.
that. Let's do it. I'll scramble down and we'll set off at pace.
Oh, you
Catch
just thought
me,
you were gonna-
catch
you're
me,
just gonna sprint?
Emmanuel, catch me.
Sure. I mean, we've established that I don't know the chase rules, but I do know the
Yeah,
mule and
we're
cart is
gonna-
faster than feet.
Yeah.
We're
We'll
gonna
just
get
we'll
the
head off in
other
that direction.
two. We're gonna get the other two. We gotta get the other two. We're gonna get the other two, and we're gonna try and head them off.
All right.
We know that they're
What-
gonna end up at the church. We don't know where
Inside.
Sarah's house is.
Yeah.
Time to go.
Inside, where were we? You were
tell me
saying.
everything you know so I can tell, so I know what not to tell you. So essentially, I'm just trying to get him to give me like the broad strokes of what he's aware of.
And I'll
Yes.
add, if your master has writings, best hand them over. It's in the
Fine.
hands of professionals now.
And money.
Yeah.
Wow, you're just robbing him. Very well. Yes, I understand. Mr. Levitt, when he did not see the windmill catch fire, he was most distressed. He decided to proceed to Miss Brown's house, where any more incriminating evidence should be destroyed, before carrying on with her to St. Bartholomew's, where I believe he has already made arrangements with some of the priests there to build a pyre.
I understand. Witches, dangerous things.
Okay, we should.
Can I make a quick psychology check to make sure he's telling me everything he does in fact know and isn't leaving anything out?
By all means. Who can say? Yeah, he's rattled. He's certainly talking to you. To be honest, he's more rattled. Like, with your success, hard success before, like he's certainly telling you everything you can remember right now. Who knows if it's everything he's been if it's everything, if he's telling you everything he's been told and he's just not remembering it.
Boss,
Okay.
we should get moving. Maybe
All right.
we got to act fast.
See us outside the window.
Yes. Of course, the lady, the witch, was being kept upstairs. I imagine he still has some of the evidence. That if you would like to review it, that would be fine. You're going to have a hard time catching him. But Miles has just told you going to the house first and then to the church. So you know where he's going to be.
Can head him off.
Yeah.
Fuck the house, head him off.
I'll go tell the other two.
Well, no, but he
got
might
to
kill the
house.
witch at the house. We need to
No,
to
he's
save
taking
her.
her to the church to kill her. They were going to build a pyre there.
Oh, okay.
And
It's
there's
just a
incriminating
little
evidence at the
bonus
house.
pyre.
I'll talk to the other two at the window. You go have a look at what's upstairs, I think, boss.
I don't think we want to draw attention to the people at the window
We don't have time.
at all.
Gotta go.
So, yes. If you would be so kind as to bring that down, I would appreciate it.
Oh, very good, miss.
Thank you.
He disappear for a bit, and you can make your plans, make your talk.
Yeah, that was just get him upstairs to go and grab, and then fill in, going
Does
to
he
the
have
house.
other horses?
Ostensibly, he's going to burn the house. But I will be asking that. Ostensibly, he's going to burn the house down because it's got evidence. Does not
Might
necessarily
already
mean
be on fire.
Okay.
Well, no, he's got to get there and then set the damn thing. It's going to
Hasn't he
take him
gone
a while.
past it? If he was leaving, he'd have to go to the church and then back and stuff. I figured he might have done it en route.
He'd only just left when we got here, so
Okay.
we're running
well,
out of
that
time. We
seems
got to get to the church.
Yeah.
But he still has to stop and set a house on fire.
Yes.
And if he's in a cart, there's
So
no
if we
guarantee
leave
he's. Yeah, if we
now-
leave as soon as Miles comes back with evidence, then yes, we will likely, hopefully, get there at the same time, if not a little.
Works for me.
great.
Or at least
Ambush him there.
Get some
Miles
weapons.
comes down
Get
after a
us a
short
gun.
while. Oh, I'm sorry.
I think I would probably, as soon as we hear this, even if Miles is still coming downstairs, I think I'd probably just start pierce bolting towards the church.
Yeah.
I'll run
You two
too.
to-
We'll
Yeah.
get our little feet moving.
If you can get an idea of what's going on, we can.
To the church, not to the house.
To the church.
Okay.
To the
To the
church.
church,
Do we
just
want to
so we're
alert the
followers, yeah.
police?
We wanna-
I think no,
we wanna
right? Let's
have
not
it-
bring
no.
in extra nonsense. Yeah.
Yes, because that's worked so well for you in the past.
Also,
I was fleeing.
solid chance if he owns half the city, he owns the police.
Hell yeah. God, William Levitt's cool. This dude just kicks ass.
Okay.
All right. So you're all like bolting for the church as soon as
no.
Miles is upstairs?
No.
Some of you hanging back.
Tobias and
myself-
Emanuela.
All right. Fantastic. Well, then
On the basis that they might get there before him. The other two of us will get there potentially as he arrives or a little after, depending on what happens.
Hold on. Are you two swapping then? Like the two that
No,
are just talking to
no.
Miles? Or you're just keeping the same parties?
Same
Yes.
groups, same teams.
Fantastic. All right, very good. All right, so Miles will come back down. I'm sorry, it was a bit of a mess. Here's what I found, and he kind of, in his arms, unfurls like a pile of parchments and scrolls, and upon them,
Scrolls.
let me see.
What about handout?
I have no such handout. I'm
Hate to
giving
hand
you a
out.
sense
Wouldn't
they're
want
kind of
anyway.
like- They're certainly like, you take a first glance at them and they certainly say witchcraft to you because it's just a whole bunch of like scrawlings.
Do they look
and
like the symbols that were
kings and
carved on the
symbols.
priest?
Oh, that is a good question. You wouldn't see that exact symbol because Hawkins had it, but that would be like an occult roll to see if it's from the same set.
Did he only have the one symbol on him? I thought he had a couple that I was.
He had like he just had like
tatted up.
scraps. He just had like bits and pieces, scraps, and enough for him to like carve that symbol and a few other symbols and a
Okay.
few details.
We either
No,
go
that's-
to the church or you stay. We stay here. And
No,
you
no,
just
no,
go
that's
in.
fine. I'm not. If it looks vague witchcraft, but like, sure,
Yeah.
I will thank Miles.
The snatchings of it are in English, which you know kind of swims before your eyes and transforms from Middle English into modern English for after a few moments. And there's writings and there's no other way to say it. Spells such as gather the abundance of the sea and
She is a witch.
hold Poseidon beyond.
Dips.
Oh, that feels useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And perhaps with a few more days of study and, successful Cthulhu Mythos roll, a few spicier things. Not that your characters know that.
No, but I
Neat.
will absolutely take those if that swims into focus. I have a theory about what these are used for. So I'm absolutely going to grab these. I don't think we can do anything about the house, although I suspect if there is more stuff there that she's using to keep this place safe. Sorry, I will take this, leave, thank Miles and sort of say, well, if your master is on his way to the church, I will find him there. And then I will like turn on my heel and stride out, and then once outside, say what I just said to Richard. About, I don't know if we can save anything in the house. There might actually be something she needs to stop whatever's going to happen, but at a minimum, we need to go.
Yeah.
And go you will. All right. And so the other two will arrive with a few moments ahead.
Wait.
Side note, there's an excellent note in here. Gather abundance to the sea is like the Middle English version of attract fish, which you can find in your Keeper's Handbook. Anyway, so Tobias and Emmanuel sprinting toward the church, full hoof, to arrive just
Tobias is
in
not there.
time.
I feel unwell. I also do slow to a brisk pace as we go past each officer. Evening. Evening. Fine night for it.
You play it off.
job.
You're cool. You look like you got money. All right. You
don't.
arrive. Yeah, sure enough. And it's not something that Emmanuel saw the first time she came to the church, because it's in the backyard. There is a pyre erected, and there are
dogs.
6 priests gathered around a cart and a mule.
I think our father, the one that we rescued, is gonna sacrifice her again. I don't think he's swapped teams.
We're not saving his life twice for this.
I don't think we're gonna. I think he's gonna try to do it.
As the stake is being lifted toward the middle of the pyre, and Levitt is seemingly giving the orders to these priests, you would remember Elizabeth's instructions to Father Joseph, and you would glance up into the bell tower, and you can see a worried, kind of concerned figure squatting there in the darkness, which you suspect to be.
They've locked him in his own tower.
It's pretty funny.
They've locked him in. They've locked him in his own church.
To be the
Seems that
father.
way.
Do we see the witch? Do we see a woman amongst
Yes,
the
you
Sarah?
see the unconscious figure of a woman being hefted onto the stake.
I would like
rescue
to
her.
rugby tackle whoever is hefting
There's
her.
6 of them. No. Pause. There's 6 of them. We cannot take this. And if you get hit, we will all go down.
They're
We
6
need
priests. They're just priests.
And
They're just,
we don't
they're
know
just-
that they could
they're
just be
old
wearing
dudes in
robes.
dresses.
They could just be wearing robes. We need to we need to save her. I agree. We just need to be clear about it. Let's see how close we can get and see if we can hear anything first.
What if there's stuff we can set? Can we set the cart on fire? Can we
Yeah,
sneak
but-
up to the cart and set the cart on fire?
Huge on that. Let's do that. I was like, let's,
Oh, they've
just-
got like lights starting up. They've got torches in hands. It's like they're at work. They're at business. It's going to be a task sneaking up on them at this stage when
These
they're
are
kind of
busy priests.
Are they not focused on the pyre and the alighting of the young woman?
For sure. Yeah, that is their focus.
I would like to try and sneak up and set the cart on fire, I guess. Can't stand here and do nothing, and if I'm not allowed to rugby tackle anybody,
You're allowed to. We're just a sec. I might try and.
oh, we'll all die, right?
Yeah. And let's let Richard get here and let him do some tackling too. Let's
I
just
feel
try and
like
stall.
at this late stage, with the 10 years and whatnot, I reckon I'm fitter than Richard.
Well, you sure as shit fitter than me. I will also try and sneak forward though, so that we're in the best position possible.
Yeah, I would like to try and distract from burning of the woman by potentially burning of the cart.
All right, so I'm hearing some stealth rolls. Is that fair to say?
Yeah,
Unless
let's do
Emmanuel's
it.
just like sprinting.
That's plan B.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm hearing some stealth rolls.
Moving very, very quietly.
Are you though?
Shh.
Okay. I mean, that should probably be a group stealth roll, right? So we take whoever has the worst skill and get them to roll.
Well,
We're
it's the
tied,
same.
so same hat.
Yeah. Well, then I'm inclined to take Emmanuel's roll since it came through first.
And I am grateful for that opportunity.
Very good. Just because it amuses me, yeah, you could probably get yourselves into position to hear what's going on. And it seems like Levitt's getting to the bottom of his speech. He's saying, "Thank you, brothers. Thank you, one and all, for listening to me this night. I am pleased that such devout men of faith are ready and willing and able to help me rid our glorious city of this wretched creature." He's kind of pointing to some of the documents he has, some of the bits and pieces that he seems to have brought as evidence. And yeah, no, they're happy to go ahead.
I would like to set the cart on fire.
Excellent. What skill would you use to do
Survival.
What do you say you can?
No.
Sneaking up, you'd be trying to like grab a torch, I guess, is the only thing that you can't
Sleight
really
of
use
hand?
like a flint of steel. Sleight of hand. You're already sneaky. You're close enough.
Yeah.
I would pay sleight of hand to kind of grab the torch. I think you're getting spotted. Let us be clear.
Oh yeah, and then I would like to pierce bolt in a direction. I'm not sure if it's towards or away yet. Depending on how long it takes the other two to arrive.
I think that that course of action is set. I think you're beginning to set the cart on fire when the other two arrive, because you're only delayed for a moment to have a quick look at the scrolls.
Oh yeah. I would like to distract them from burning the woman.
Fantastic. Well, I mean, that's about to happen as Richard and Elizabeth arrive upon the scene and see much from what I just said.
Do you want me to sleight of hand it or?
Hey guys, welcome.
Oh yes, go ahead and sleight of hand. Yeah, that's fine. That'll be amusing.
No. Nice.
Oh no.
Do you want to push it?
I've got a lot of luck. I've actually got heaps of luck.
You don't have 39 points of luck.
Yes, I do.
Don't spend that, Alex. Don't get baited. That's a ploy to get you to spend 39 points of luck.
I think Tobias is looking at this one.
Although, what if I push it? And the success is I set the cart on fire. The failure is I do distract them.
Set your own.
By getting trampled to death by the mule.
In a way that is could you not? In a way that is not advantageous to me.
Getting trampled to death by a mule is not advantageous.
Maybe I set my sleeve on fire or something.
I'm inclined to trample you to death by a mule.
I'm excited about the mule trampling as well. I'm under the cart currently, so I'm just under it.
A light trampling?
The only problem with a light trampling is a light trampling might kill me.
Yeah.
It's true.
I mean,
and
it's
light
trampling
we're gone.
God, Jackson, you're being as stubborn as a witch about this.
Let's burn Jackson.
It's a risk I'm willing to take.
I guess. I mean, if I die, we all reset.
I think everybody does anything, we could die at this point.
I think in Tobias's head, I think we've butchered this one already. I think he's beginning to just. I'm also planning to just get up and just yell at them to try and get some information before we loop.
So I mean, I have an idea.
I'll let you resolve first. I'm still hopeful, but that's a lie.
The thing is, it's also the crown that's important. We haven't lost that yet.
I think it's your action, Emmanuel. I think go for it. It's just the two of us, and I'm super stoked about you getting trampled to death by a mule, Alex. Just to be clear,
the idea was to potentially avoid physical damage if they just start chasing me. Like if they just if I'm spotted,
just outrun the mule,
and they start coming for me, and I have to piss bolt before setting the fire.
I just don't know if the priest would do that. They're like, someone's taking your cart. We got a witch to burn.
We're busy. Come on, we're doing witch stuff.
Yeah.
I think you're playing with fire and a live animal.
I'm gonna let the failure stand.
So what does the failure look like? It is like, I think you're still being sneaky. I don't think you've got the dexterity needed to like grab the torch and like get it to the cart in time. Yeah. So you're still, I think it's like a failure. I think you're still in the holding position.
Hey,
as Richard and Elizabeth are also
Jackson,
here.
Can I
potentially behind the cart and just like trying to get stuff, and I'm like, I can't.
As Emmanuel's doing that, can Tobias from underneath the cart, you just see a little hand emerge and then start patting along the interior. I'm hunting for robes. In case there's an extra costume that's been left behind, and I can have a little look like a priest and walk into them. Do they have like big hoods and everything? They're cultists.
Where are you looking? Where are you?
In the cart.
Inside the church?
No, in the cart. I'm seeing if they have.
In the cart. No, this This was
He might have
Levitt's
brought
cart.
some from home. Okay, well in that case, I find none and retract back under it.
Levitt is not wearing a robe, priest robes. He is
nuts.
not a priest. That was the one flaw in your plan, Dave.
The rest was
But
perfect.
Emmanuel-
Thank you.
The rest was
Emmanuel
perfect.
has the key, right?
Yeah,
no,
I pay
wait.
that.
Would Elizabeth have the key?
So
Elizabeth
one of
was
you had the
talking to him.
key, but regardless, I mean, the priests have been
Yeah, they can-
summoned.
And
Hmm.
it does appear that Joseph has been locked in the church. Is that what we're seeing, or is he just hiding near the bells doing fuck all?
But
You
if the
have
crown
not-
is still in there,
You can't see either way. You just see, you all you see is the father
Either
like
way is useless.
crouching
but
in
if
the
we
bell
see
tower.
you, if we see
So
the
it
two
isn't
of
the
you
beggar.
roll up, and I know you've got the key to get into the church to secure the crown, any distraction from us that doesn't result in people's death will do. It will give you the time and space to get inside and protect the crown. Do you reckon we can steal this cart? We steal it. Can we just take it?
Steal it?
Just take it.
Yeah.
Maybe run them down with
Just
the mule?
kick the mule. It'll probably start running. I'm hiding
the
under
mule.
it currently, but
Kick the mule.
that's fine. Okay. Feels like just beat away so it doesn't kick you back.
Sarah's unconscious.
Yeah?
Is she?
Sarah's unconscious. I just want to stop her from getting set on fire, though.
Yeah, no, we're all on
Light
board.
trampling is probably better for her than being set on fire.
That's what my mother always said.
Well, you are biding your time.
Yeah.
Not by
Evermore.
time.
So, is there an opportunity for those of us who are entering the scene to do a thing?
Absolutely. Yeah, and I assumed that thing was like hook up with your mates and talk about what to do. But if that is
no.
do something
No,
else,
don't. No,
Right, get into the
You have
mix.
to sneak
Do
up
something.
to us. No,
No,
that's two more sneak rolls that could fail.
I'm going to. Can I see where they are?
Oh yeah, they're getting ready for a good time. It's like they built the pyre in the middle of the churchyard. You know, they're not being hidden. It's they're getting ready for
What do you mean us?
a bit of a show.
I meant the
Oh,
other
these
two,
two.
but yeah.
Tobias is
for
under
the
the
sake of
cart. I'm at
convenience,
the back of it
let's-
trying to find shit. We're like
If I
between
Since
the
you're
cart and
looking
you
for
guys.
them, I'll let you spot them. That's
And
fine.
we'll
It's-
make ourselves known if we can see them.
Great. I'm just going to stride on forward and continue the ruse that I've been playing this entire fucking time.
Oh yeah.
And just say, Levitt, heathen, warlock, and sinner, how dare you?
Ooh.
Excuse me. To whom do I have the displeasure of addressing?
Who I am doesn't matter. All that matters is my family is far more well connected than yours, you snivelling little merchant.
And
Under
he
the
is
cart, I go.
sniveling.
Oh wait.
Kick him.
Oh. I was about to show you his entire character sheet, but instead, I will show
Do
you
that.
his
You can do that
picture.
if you want.
Hey, godly.
There he is. He is a bit of a sniveler, to be honest. That kind of strikes
you know what?
true.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh. Yeah, I feel a lot better about our chances now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm
I was
going
too
back
busy
to
looking at
rugby
the picture. I
tackle.
didn't hear what you said. Was it just like a general insult?
No, I called him warlock and sinner. I am accusing him of witchcraft.
I see.
The old know you strategy.
Well,
He's got the
I-
papers.
he does. He has the papers, and I can also go in like these were in your house.
Of course, they were in my house. As these good brothers know, I have the immense shame of having employed a witch, and for that, I am well and truly repentant, as they know. And as they know, as they have brought me here tonight, the only way forward is to burn the sin away, burn it from the city, burn it from my house, burn it from my business, burn the witch, and all will be forgiven. I have the Lord's blessing, whereas you, madam, don't even have a name.
Oh, it's Devro. You should know the name.
Oh, does he have a credit rating skill? Just to amuse me. Oh no, it'd be your credit rating. Oh, once again, have a go. See if he knows you. See if he's actually going to talk to you or not give you the time of day.
Potentially, he might like pretend he doesn't know. That's
Hmm.
oh my god.
Got his ass.
Ah, the Devros. never content with your backwater pig farms, always looking to take what is rightfully Dunwich's. I know your score. I know you all too well, and I know that you are here to cast my reputation into the dirt. But these priests, these good, faithful, learned, and blessed, see right through your disguise. They know the truth of this witch, and they know that she must die tonight.
Well, it is rather interesting, isn't it? That. Now, let's think about this logically. Anyone who has access to witchcraft in the manner that you're describing, wouldn't they, if they are evil, greed is a sin, avarice is a sin, would they not use that to better their own situation? As far as I'm aware, everything I've heard about this Miss Sarah Brown is she's beloved by the community. She is a good luck charm, nothing more. And as far as I can see, the only person who's gained any kind of benefit from the arrangement at all is you, sir. So why on earth would a young woman who has access to witchcraft not better her own station and instead better yours? Also, are your learned brothers aware that you are planning to steal a very important artifact from this here Dunwich that you seem to like so very much? And yes, sir, I am aware. My family has been in this region for a very long time, and I would like to see it remain intact. For my family, unlike yours, sir, is God-fearing and true.
We've reached the point of the scenario where you just need to make an opposed persuade roll.
Fuck yes.
Persuade? I'm trying to lie.
You're using logic, but as you said, logically, and you're not lying. A lot of that was truth that you know.
He could be a witch.
That's true. He could be a witch.
He's
But
got
I
witch
would like
energy.
to check in whether any of the companions were doing anything during this tirade.
Levitt's bristling every time my name gets slandered, but then he's going like, he is trying to kill a woman. That does suck. And then, but come on. Come on.
I'm trying to get as close as I can without being spotted, so that I can if I can make a run for Sarah and just run off with her, just pick her up and run away.
I might try and get into the church if that's possible. I'm gonna dip on this and try and get into there, see what's going on inside.
All right, sorry. So Manuel, you are doing it, or you're getting ready to in case it goes bad?
I would like to, if I can get close enough. The goal for me is either just pick Sarah up and run away, or toss her in the cart and run away. I would like to run away. I would like to collect the witch and remove us from the situation.
You can be attempting to do so as we see how this role plays out.
Yeah.
As Levitt the Younger is sneaking into the back of the church, as Richard.
I would like to hang at the, not accompany my employer this time forward to shout, because they're very good at doing that themselves.
Not persuade, not particularly persuasive, to be clear. I was working on the basis of lying. Or credit rating.
I was going to set up the contingency plan. I'd like to hang just at the edge of the firelight, pull out my cricket ball and kind of aim it a little bit, and I'm going to throw it up again and again, getting ready for the inevitable clock when things go bad. I'd like to take the aim action, if that's
very
possible.
good. That's
and be ready to whack,
Please, are you aiming
whack
it at
a
Levitt?
projectile at as soon as it's
Which
needed.
Levitt? Let's clarify. Use his full name.
whichever one you can see.
No.
Not
You
the
hit
one
me,
that's
we
gonna
all
hurt
go
the rest
down.
of us.
Please
I
don't knock the
love you
rest.
like you're not a Levitt, if you know what I mean.
That is so rude.
All right. I'm just reminding myself how opposed rolls work, but maybe we should just roll and see what happens.
Yeah, to see what the numbers look like and then
All
figure
right.
out if you need rolls after.
I can tell you opposed rolls can't be pushed, so apparently. But all right, let's have that.
Can or can't?
Cannot be pushed.
That makes sense.
Let's have a persuade roll as I pull up William Levitt's character sheet. I mean, you should go first, Elizabeth, because you've got to spend that luck.
Very good. I do not have enough luck for that, I don't think. 70. Oh, no. No, I do. I have.
Oh, you
I
bastard.
have 32 points of luck that I can spend to make this a success.
In which case you're relying on Levitt not getting a hard success.
Yeah. Or also, I would if he ties and has the highest skill. I don't know if that's in the rules or not, if that's just us. So we've done it historically though.
What do we think, folks?
I think it's worth a shot.
Side
I
with the
reckon this
highest
is a
skill
distract.
wins.
Yeah. So also does he have a higher skill?
All right.
I reckon it's worth it. I think
Get
we're at
his
the pointy
ass,
end.
yeah.
All right, spending the 32 points of luck.
Yep. You
For a
may
regular
have
success?
32 points of luck.
Thank you very much.
Holy dooly.
Oh,
There's the hard success he needed.
Come on, Levitt.
Very well. I shall have you in the stocks before long. Brothers, you know what you must do. You know what the Lord commands as, I think, like, something hits him?
something hits him, and maybe I jump
All hell
out the
breaks
shadows and
loose.
try and steal the woman.
As the priests drop their torches onto the pyre, and as Emmanuel barrels across the the churchyard to pick up the unconscious Sarah, like try to wrench her down from the stake upon which she's been
I'll take the whole
hoisted.
stake.
At the same moment, like you're here in the middle of the pyre as it's being lit, as Levitt's just kind of opening the door to the church, and something crazy
Wanda.
might be happening there, but
knows?
maybe not yet. Let's get some dexterity orders.
Let's do it.
Who shit we go?
Well, my dex is 40.
Mine's
My
41 now.
dexterity
Everyone's went
is-
down. Yay.
58 because it's gone down.
Nice.
Have we done this
that's
twice
true.
now?
It's dropping.
It's hella dropping.
I can't remember if
Yeah,
I
we
did
have
the
done this
second
twice.
time. Yeah.
No, we only dropped for this round. The previous round we
Right.
hadn't yet. Yeah.
All right, let's get some fighting music. Oh, I thought everyone was typing the. Give me dexes in the chat so that I can see what's going on
You
here.
go to your combat thing and hit dexterity in that one. No,
Yeah, I just can't remember if we need to take it down another 10.
no, we've
from-
done it. We've done it.
No, you
No,
only
we-
once so
no.
far. That's fine.
Honestly, being a bunch of weird numbers makes it really easy to rank them.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's have a look. Yeah, you're not wrong. All right, 58 is the highest. I have got nothing higher than that. So Richard up first.
All right.
Donk.
As
Get
with
their ass.
all English problems, it can be solved with a bit of cricket. Do you want a throw check?
I would love a throw
you
check if you have
champion.
one.
Can I make good on that bonus die for taking
You surely
the aim
can. You are
action?
absolutely aiming, and you're a champion fast bowler.
That's a hard success.
Oh,
which
he's
is
good.
Yeah, buddy.
To an extreme,
Fantastic.
obviously, because if there's one thing I need, it's a bit of cricket. Hard success
Yeah.
on a 60 will be, oh god, maths 12. So 3 points of luck.
You know,
extreme.
just turn your thing to verbose and roll again so you can see what the numbers are.
Okay.
I'll tell you.
will do.
Yeah.
Oh,
got it,
extreme
though.
would
It's
be
three-
1
it's three
fifth would
more.
be
It's three
12,
more.
right? Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
12,
And
so
then-
3 points of luck.
Great. And then what's the well, again? I don't know the rules as well as some people.
Max
What's the
damage.
damage on like an unarmed? What's the damage on a cricket bat? Just like an unarmed attack plus your damage bonus.
It would, so well, a cricket bat would be, let's call it a large club, but not a massive, like a great
was it a
club.
bat
so it
or a
would be
ball?
This is a
1d4.
ball. This is the ball, isn't it?
Well, okay,
Yeah,
so here's the
exactly.
thing.
I would just do it
right?
as a
was the
D4,
ball,
it's
but he
improvised.
hit it with the force of a bat. And I don't know if you've ever been hit by a cricket ball
Oh, I thought
that's
you
come
just
off
threw
a
it.
bat. No, he
Oh,
said
no,
he
I
was throwing it
up and down.
Whack.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
I think it would be fair to do 1 plus 1, so 1d4 plus 1, which will get maxed. So
Yeah,
Fine.
I think that's entirely reasonable. If that's if that's your damage bonus is +1.
my damage bonus is plus 1d4. So I was just going to do 1 damage with a cricket ball plus my damage
Oh,
bonus.
I see. Love it. Happy with
Plus
that.
which
And it's a
max
major
is 5.
wound, so he might just hit the dirt, right?
Makes it easy.
Let's see if that happens. Oh, he's a big boy. He's a big boy.
That's my dad.
All right. Yep.
quite.
Nope. He reels in pain, roars, and I think we go to.
I don't know if that's a major wound either, Jackson, unless he has a size of 20.
Oh,
It'll be half his health will be a major wound.
oh, there you go. I thought it was 5. Anyway, not a
That's-
major
that's
wound.
yeah.
He's having a
Thank
great
goodness
time.
people here know the rules better than I do. We will go to, I think, at dexterity 55. We're looking at the priests.
No.
All right, priest time. What's their combat skill?
Although I was ready.
Oh, you were ready.
You'd say that I was like crouched and ready to snag this chick.
Stalling, holding.
Yeah, I mean, you were crouched and ready, so that's why I'm inclined to like place you in the middle of the pyre as the battle starts. So you were there.
Can I trade a
And-
readiness bonus dice for a going now?
I think you are starting this fight with Sarah, like arms just about to grab
fair.
her.
What about
But
cold hard
regardless,
Cash
you're in the
Jackson?
pyre as the priests take their
That's
turn
fair.
and drop their torches.
Sure, light singeing.
I mean, it's gonna take a hot sec for it to actually catch on
hot
fire.
sec?
if
That's
you-
funny.
Yeah. So
Get
you probably,
in
you
the
got a
pyre.
turn to
Light
GTFO, maybe.
Light singeing. I'll take it.
All right, fantastic. So the priests spend their turn like not dropping their torches, but like holding it to the pyre as it catches and flames quickly burst into life
Heckin'.
and almost
Heckin' heck.
roar towards Emmanuel, who's
Nuts.
going to have a turn.
Heckin' shit. Okay. What is taking the lady brawl?
Have you?
Yeah, well, I mean, she's tied up to the stake, and as
I will take the stake. Like, I'm
Yeah,
trying to get
I
her
mean,
out of the fire.
That's straight up like strength. If you're gonna like haul her bodily, like body and stake out of the ground and out of the fire. Otherwise, you know, she's
we don't
bound
have.
up.
We don't have like a
It'd be
knife or anything, do you?
Do we
few
have?
moments to
Someone's got
uncut her.
Hawk's knife or whatever his dude's name was. Ralph
Oh, yeah, who's
Fiennes.
got
Eman-
I do. I've just got brawl.
Emmanuel is
I've
a
got brawl.
sailor. I
Yeah,
would
I'm a sailor.
absolutely pay a luck
would have a
check to
knife.
see if you have a knife,
Sure.
or if it went overboard in the storm.
Good thing.
Oh,
Good thing I
hell
haven't
yeah.
used any luck. What the fuck?
No.
Goodbye knife.
No such knife. You go to your belt looking for your lucky sailor's knife, and it is not there. Your luck has run out.
Hell yes.
Well, I guess you can
The
use
check-
all that
the
luck
check
to
that I can-
bodily yeet.
Yeah, I would. Can I brawl it? Can I argue a brawl? Like I am just gonna tackle the whole post.
Oh,
I'm gonna treat the post like I would like to treat.
I cannot pay
Levitt
it.
Senior.
though, like even like a tackler brawl, it's like fighting skills, it's like maneuvering, it's like dodging and ducking and weaving as you're attacking. It's straight up strength if you're trying to like bodily haul this woman out of the pyre.
Alrighty. How would the other
hey,
one
you got
be? I
60
guess
points of luck.
Sleight of hand or dexterity or yeah,
Sleight of
60
hand
points of luck,
maybe
I can do it.
for the not work, or survival, or something boat related.
Pilot
If
boat.
I have
Pilot boat.
Yeah.
pilot boat,
Kind
my
of
job is
showing
boat.
like nautical expertise.
Your job is boat.
Job
job
is
is
Her
boat.
job is just boat,
What's your boat skill?
Not that difficult.
not
Haha.
smuggling. That's what's confusing.
I would rather
It's
just do
boat.
strength, honestly, and just try and haul her out.
Chuck her
Alright.
ass out.
Or dexterity to get the knots apart.
You tell me what you're doing. You going for the knots, or are you going for hauling her out? Flames are spreading. Flames will be on your feet in
Hauling
mere
her out will be
moments.
quicker if I can get it. So knots, I'll
And you
still
got
have to
the
get
luck.
her out.
And you
I've
have
got the
luck.
luck, so I'm gonna go strength, and I'm just gonna try and haul her out. Hopefully, the first thing that gets burnt through is the rope, and it'll snap, and I can just haul her out.
Have a
If
go.
I undo the knots, I still have to haul her out.
Yeah.
Have a go.
I mean, I've got 60
points of luck. You spending it?
So yeah, I want her out of the fire. I also
think
would like
you
to be
better
out
had?
of the fire.
Oh, out of the fire, great place to be.
Yeah.
It's
recommend
actually
it enough.
super comfortable out here.
Yeah.
It's a very brisk evening, but it's nice.
It is excellent. All right, so hauled bodily out of the fire just as the flames and smoke begin to lick at you. You kind of probably, at a regular success, probably like you're safe, you're clear of the pyre itself, but you're kind of stumbling and tumbling across the ground.
I'll take some singeing.
Yeah, I think Sarah probably has access to her feet. You know, she can walk, stroke, hop before she's completely rescued.
Yeah,
but
that
her
probably would
eyes,
have woken her up, eh?
her eyes do start to flicker as the smoke comes into her nostrils. Her eyes flicker open. They kind of almost focus on you
Gotta
as she
go.
mutters, "Well, this is different."
Gotta go.
As we go to Levitt, the younger.
Me? If I hear everything explode off and I've heard all the conversation, I would like to enter the fray. I will wheel her out around, yell, "You are a stain on our family's name!" And I'm gonna rush William and try and kill his ass. "I'm throwing you in the sea, you piece of shit! I know how this goes!"
All right. I mean, you can. Yeah, that's an excellent point. I'll give you a moment since you got to the church and you're inside the church. I kind of want to give you something inside.
Oh yeah, I'd love that. That sounds great.
You burst into the church. You kind of look up look around. You don't look around. I'm telling you that as you burst into the church, Father Joseph from Up High calls down to you. He's not locked in the tower, but that was a great idea. I loved it. And he could have been used to like sway the priests, but regardless, he calls down to you. I didn't want any bloodshed. I didn't want any trouble. I'll have the city guard here. I'll ring the bell as a warning. The city guard will be here.
Yeah, I'll say ring it now. They're going to burn her, and then I wheel around, and I'm gonna bum rush William.
Levitt, would you like an intelligence roll for me?
Sure.
It's the fucking bells, dickhead.
What is the bells?
Bells, the bells.
This was the plan that we've set up.
It was a fine plan, but as you
ringing the bells is
realize,
bad?
standing here in this church, in this moment, when you were beaten to death, it was the sound of a bell echoing in your skull. On the first night you were here, you had toiled and tarried long enough that someone decided to ring the bell upon seeing drama at the churchyard. And once again, maybe the same person, but maybe a different person. Someone is seeing trouble at the church.
Not the
Someone
crown.
wants to get help. Someone is about to ring those bells.
Okay.
And when you heard those bells, you found yourself in the forest.
I run in. I do yell like, just do it. You need to get the guys. I run out. I come running back in. I'm sprinting. I'm like, don't ring the bells. Do not ring the bells. And that'll be my turn, I think.
All right. Fantastic. I mean,
I'm so serious about this. Do not ring those bells.
You gotta give him a reason to ring the bell, or do you just want to like let him? He's gonna start ringing. Like it's a heft. It's like it's one of these big kind of. You gotta get it going
and
before it just starts ringing.
Priests love ringing bells, Jackson. It's like their favorite part of the day.
Oh, you're not wrong. Yeah. He was raised on bell ringing.
Right below burning witches.
What's
So am
my
I going
high?
to persuade or intimidate or fast talk to get him to stop ringing the bells? Not ringing the bells.
I'll do fast talk, and I think it is, I just come in and I'm yelling. I'm scrambling over my words, telling him desperately not to. I'm saying, no, the police can't come, they're involved, and I'm just listing off every reason I can. I just need to stall him long enough that I can get up there and stop him from doing it. So I'll go fast talk if that's okay. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Get his ass.
Oh my goodness. Extreme success. All right, the bell is held, at least for the moment. No, extreme success. I do want to kind of incline to say that you're up there in the bell tower.
Sure, yeah.
You're on the way up there.
Yeah, and I'll think about throwing this guy out.
No. Extreme success. From the ground, before getting up there, with an extreme success, you can get him to hold the bell for a moment.
I appreciate that, Jackson.
My pleasure. All right, that was a fine turn from Levitt the Younger as we go to lucky last Elizabeth.
Lever the younger, but Lever the greater.
Oh.
I genuinely don't really know what.
Help me!
At the very least, yeah, Sarah is out of the fire and Emmanuel, but still very much bound and tied.
And she's gaining consciousness.
Hilariously, there is still a perfect, since it was not torched or otherwise set upon, there's a perfectly good cart and mule nearby.
Let's
Get
throw
away from
William the Greater into the pyre. Have him burn on his own device.
Well, I am not particularly good at brawling, so no.
Do you have a good ride as a noble?
I mean, I'm genuinely.
Oh,
no, I
heck.
do. According to my character sheet, no, I do not have ride, which is
so
very
funny.
annoying.
I'm going to jump in right now. I forgot to give Levitt a turn.
Oh yes, go ahead.
No, I had it.
50 dex, yeah, should have jumped in before Levitt the Younger. So what is he doing? He's just
What's he up
kind
to?
of, he's
just
being
got-
set upon.
Getting yelled at.
Got hit by a
With a
cricket
gu-
bat.
Yeah, got hit by a cricket ball.
Yeah, he's concerned, but also he's not much of a fighter. You know what? He would definitely be inclined to race up that bell tower and ring the bells. So I think, yeah, he's kind of arriving in the church. I mucked up the order. He is quicker than Tobias.
He was just
Yeah,
dazed by the
I think
cricket ball.
Dave, if you would let me ruin your turn,
Yeah, of
I
course,
think
dude.
your ancestor was running straight past you up the bell
Hey!
tower, shouting, ring the bells, and you were down there. And something about
not
like
ring
the
the
family
bells.
resemblance really confused Father Joseph. And regardless, he has not rung the bells. But I think William Levitt will spend his turn getting up to that bell tower in an attempt to ring the bells.
In that case, I will, on mine, try and keep pace with them as much as I can.
All right, fantastic. Then you're getting up there as well. Outstanding. All right, and yes, as
I'm
you were
throwing him off
Elizabeth.
something.
Great. That gives me a direction. I'm going to run over to Emmanuel and Sarah.
In time to hear her say, "This is different."
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure. Why not?
Sure. In that, and if I hear that, I will. I will assist to the best of my ability, getting her away from everything and helping to like untie her. But mostly, what I am focusing on is looking at her and saying, "How do we stop it?
Make it
Help
stop.
us.
Please make it stop.
We want to help you. Help us."
We leave. We simply must leave before any damned fool rings that bell.
Leave where? If we hear it wherever we are.
You cannot hear a bell from infinitely far away. You must not hear the bell.
Gotta go.
Right, to the cart. To the cart. And I will. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be hard to like stop Levitt from doing anything. But we will.
By all means, you can just get to the cart and start it rolling, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah,
I mule up.
Yeah. Get Sarah to the cart and out of like maybe not out of her like confines, but at least like out of the stake.
Yeah.
And start prepping an exit, a quick
Fantastic.
one.
Gotta go.
Exon.
If is there any chance of those lovely beggars around?
Oh man, who were keeping an eye out for Levitt for you, but he kind of just sprinted to the house, sprinted to the church. There's probably a few around for sure. And you spent that luck to get like a oh hey, this Elizabeth lady's like super rich, right? That was the thing you spent luck on.
Mm-hmm.
I would need another luck roll to see if there's one nearby.
I mean, that is not going to work.
Hey.
I can try. It would be very funny if I succeeded.
It would be pretty funny.
Have a roll.
It would have been
It
very
would be
funny.
very funny if I
Oh
succeeded.
my goodness. Oh, okay, one. I didn't know the situation was that dire.
It would have been extremely funny
Oh,
though.
when you said like 30, it was like 32 points of luck. I was like, great, I can do that.
Yeah, good times. No worries. I would say there's not one on the scene, but
That's-
I would say if you start
Right, the
rolling
pub.
down a few blocks, you definitely run into one.
Fine. I mean, if there's not one present, then that course of action is
I think
not
like
available
you
to me.
would be. Oh look, I said that they were nearby. They wouldn't be far away. There's not one like here right now, but I could absolutely pay spending a turn for so looking for one without any trouble. If that makes sense.
I appreciate that. I think I would rather spend my turn getting to sort of getting Sarah to the cart, turning to Richard and say, under no circumstance shall that bell be rung tonight. And I would
No
like
worries.
to give him that instruction.
Oh.
And then how far are we away from the edge of the city?
If we have a look, you're
Oh, that
kind of
friggin-
smack bang in the middle
Yeah.
of
A
it.
long ass
Funny
way
story.
away.
That's fair.
But I mean, if Sarah's told you, you just need to not hear the bells. So
Yeah, I'm gonna
You're
start like
you're
ripping
at the
bits off my
epicenter.
clothes and start stuffing shit in my ears.
I mean, the guy at the bar,
You know,
at the
like-
pub did specifically say it doesn't matter if you cover your ears, but we can certainly try.
in the
I'm trying.
delirious
I've
state,
got a second. I'm trying.
Sarah half smiles at your ear stuffing. All right, we'll go to Richard's turn. Like the cart is being made to go. Is that right?
Yes.
I mean,
We
I'm happy
need
to
to
save you.
stop. lever ringing, and we need to get out.
All right, Elizabeth, if you want to spend your turn untying and freeing Sarah, that's a turn well spent. I won't need to roll for that. As we go back to Richard.
So
Big man.
I've gotten my instructions, and more importantly, Jackson, I finally cracked the entire mystery of the scenario. I've been going through all player info. I've been reading through, and I finally figured out you buried the lead really well by putting in an A and saying I was a Batman. But now I've realized I'm the Batman. And I've got a bat, and I'm coming up those stairs, and there's a ne'er-do-well that needs beaten up, and that's
tossing
my
into the
turn.
sea.
I sprint
We're
off the
tossing him into
lever,
the
and I'm
sea.
gonna beat him up as quickly as
Which
I can.
one?
Tobias, like us, Toby, please.
Toby.
You're like
Big T.
You're more like a Robin to me.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Drake, to be clear.
Oh,
but,
sick.
You know.
I'll take it, man. I'll take a Robin.
If there is a way that Richard could indicate to Levitt, to Tobias, that we are planning to leave, that would also be great.
We gotta go.
I can see the cart going. The mechanics are get up there, stop.
Chuck
Bell
this
from
dude
being
out a
run, come down
window,
cart,
off to the
leave.
pub. It's gonna be a hell of a day.
All right, fantastic. I would not dare ruin your fun by pointing out that it's Batsman, not Batman. But have a
Take up
go.
the S.
You can stride straight up that staircase. I said that William Levitt got to the bell tower on his turn. Was just kind of arriving there. Levitt, Tobias was following.
Stairs. Do you genuinely want like a climb check from me to see if I can make it up in time?
Yeah, I'd pay that.
Just like as I begin to hustle up the stairs.
Climb or dex, I would pay.
Oh,
well now.
That's insane.
Good.
That never happens to me.
That never
That's
happens
really
to
funny.
Jim, actually. I don't think Jim
That does
ever
never happen to
crit.
Jim.
That's true. That's true. It's about damn time. All right, I misspoke. It's not
He is
Batsman.
Batman.
It
He's straight
is,
up
you
goes-
are the
Goes up the
Batman.
outside with a grappling
It's
hook.
like, William Levitt arrives to the top, stumbles toward to the rope, getting ready to rig it, and suddenly Richard is just there. What do you do?
Absolutely. And much like the Batman, I will be completely assaulting this man, and he'll somehow be fine. Can I throw him off I'm picturing a church bell tower with like awnings. Can I throw him off the edge of the tower?
Please, Jim. Chuck his
I think he
ass.
better had.
Excellent. I make a fighting brawl maneuver against him.
That sounds
if he
about
happens
right.
to be build -1, that'd be great. But
You're instigating the maneuver, remember?
yeah, just,
Also,
you're right.
this annoyed me, so I looked it up. It is in fact Bateman, or Batman, Batman, which is an officer's personal servant. So even though technically Richard is a gameskeeper, calling him my Bateman for this entire time it is a servant of an English gentleman, specifically like a military officer, which would usually be like the noble boss.
Well, that's fun. In my
I believe
scenario,
it's pronounced Bateman, but
in my scenario research, I stumbled upon Smuggling in the British Isles, a history by Richard Platt, in which Platt describes the enforcers, the guards, the ne'er-do-wells with the weapons aiding in the smuggling operation as batsmen.
These might be two different
But
words.
I like that Elizabeth is like, no, he's my Bateman.
A Bateman or orderly is a soldier or airman assigned to a commissioned officer as a personal servant.
And thank you, Richard Platt. And now this Richard would like to make that Levitt flat. I'll throw him off the edge, and I'll luck it to a hard success.
Oh my. Well, he's going to certainly attempt to dodge out of the way.
That's reasonable. Come on, Dad.
There it is. But he will not.
Um,
All right. In the effort of bringing this thing home, I am happy to say he will like fly through the air. Outstanding.
Jim.
He goes flying. And
Flung boldly from a steeple.
yeah,
Pretty Batman.
Maybe the storm comes in and levels the city, and his body is never found. Maybe his body is found, and the writers of the history books just thought it was too embarrassing an end.
Or
Maybe it hits
He
the
fell-
spire and slides down in a horrible, macabre, grotesque display.
Or in a real horrible twist of events, yes-anding Jims, he just fell from a bell tower. People's bodies go splat, and they did not have dental recognition
Yeah, they don't know who
technology in
that
the
is. He
13th
just
century.
disappears.
Like he fully goes sploot.
gone.
Face off. Regardless, well, I mean, Richard, no, you have the final call. How does
Get his ass.
William Levitt meet
Excuse
his
you?
end?
Um,
I know what I
I'm
said.
trying to think of a Batman villain that I'm just getting Alan Rickman falling off at the end of Die Hard. He plunges, yells all the way, and we cut away from the actual death scene so that he can come back as a villain later. But we got cut budget for the next
I was
scene.
keeping
so I'm gonna
PG
see
as
him
well.
again.
Yeah.
Did you just spoil the Die Hard sequels for me? God damn it. Jim. All right, that was Richard's turn. It was a hell of a turn.
Nicely done, mate.
Richard, the priests. The priests.
Give us back our
What
witch.
are the priests doing?
We were burning her.
Look, you ruffians have most certainly assaulted their good. Oh, do you know what?
We've come full circle.
Joseph Finch is on the scene as well, and he hasn't had a turn. His dex is 45, so
We throw him out the window
he
too.
had a turn. He had a turn like shivering and shaking. That's fine. That was his turn.
Being
But
sad
they are
about
probably the priests on the ground are probably now looking to him for guidance, because you get the sense that Father Joseph didn't really wasn't brave enough to take a stand in the confrontation in the churchyard.
Dude
He was
sucks.
going up here waiting his time to ring the bells to summon you, and now, yeah, he's got a moment. And as always, I'm inclined to give it to the players. So that was Richard's turn. We go after that to Emmanuel. So yeah, I think Joseph has a turn. He's going to bide his time for now. The priests are looking to their father for advice. We'll come back to that when we get someone else's turn in the church. But for now, we'll go to Emmanuel.
I will get the cart ready to
You're going to
go.
get this mule
yeah.
underway?
Yeah.
Ready to go or
If
go?
Elizabeth is, well, nobody else is in the cart yet, and I want everybody here.
It's true.
So I'm going to
Sarah,
start a slow roll and getting ready to. I'm slow on my roll, so I can do a fast roll getaway.
All right.
My drive auto is not great. I don't know if it's drive auto, if it's ride. What is it going to be? I'm sitting on the cart. I'm not riding the horse.
It's not very auto. Drive
not
carriage?
very-
Well, I mean, you're an 1895 character, so you don't even have drive auto. Do you have ride? I would have a ride or
I do
animal
not
can.
have ride. I've got 20 drive auto and 5 ride.
Wait, yeah, would it be reasonable for us to swap? Because I think drive auto base is 20
Yeah.
and like ride is base 5. Would that be reasonable as a 1800? 18
Yeah.
Well, no, I
50
think it is
character
drive
swap?
auto, but it's drive card instead of drive auto.
Yeah, it's some kind of thing.
Yep, no, I would take a
Elizabeth,
drive.
Do you have higher than base?
No.
The mule's name is Ordo.
I mean, as
drive
you
auto.
hesitate,
Drive.
Sarah would kind of mutter, I think I'll have some friends arriving soon.
Ooh.
They will,
Get out of here. We got to get out of here.
they'll take care of whoever's left in the tower, but
Deep waters
yes,
or
if
some...
you want to leave this cursed place, we must.
I'm just gonna hold her up at everybody in the tower, like at Richard and Tobias, having seen Levitt Senior hit the dirt, and start my slow roll to get out. To get us out of here real quick.
You can certainly try a slow roll. Did you want to auto roll to see how drive auto roll to see how much progress you're making?
I'm really bad at this.
Oh.
I have 20 luck.
Oh my god.
Yes.
That's so funny.
I have
Well, would
0
you-
luck. And
Would you
success.
care to spend it? If you spend that now, I'd be inclined to say that, whenever your companions get here, you are now
Yeah.
tearing down the street.
Hell
Yeah,
yes.
I'm ready. I'm at the exact right speed to pick them up as they
Fantastic.
come out the door, and then
You like do a kind of a loop around, a bit of a drive-by just to build up speed, and then you'll be legging it. And at that, now that now that she feels some momentum, Sarah now seems more kind of at peace that she's getting out of here. By the way, there she is. Yes, Sarah Brown.
She's not on fire in this picture.
With beautiful, long, flowing black hair and piercing eyes, dressed in peasant's rags. All right, let's see if we can get to the end of the scenario after Emmanuel. We had,
Bill.
I think,
Who's dead?
Levitt the Younger, who is now up here in the bell tower. And has the chance, I think, to give Father Joseph some guidance, because he's been up here for some time, not willing to act, not willing to take charge. And now the priests have spent their turn looking to him for advice, and he doesn't have any.
Alternatively, you got a ton of mechanical repair. You could always just sabotage that bell.
I'm going to say,
Oh, that's true.
I'm going to turn to the father and say, we have been delivered to you from a distant place as a voice, a hand of God to stop you from doing the wrong thing. The storm is coming, but these bells cannot ring. We will fade from here. We will not be seen again, and your place will know peace. And I'm going to try and persuade him not to ring the bells because I am an angel that has descended from heaven.
Oh, he's not going to ring the bells. He got that extreme success before.
Oh, so he doesn't care about the bells? Fuck that, I leave.
To be honest,
Are we
I
trying to
didn't
get
give
him
you.
to like?
I didn't give you a good,
Who cares about
a
the
good
priests? Let's just
picture of
run.
the play. The priests are probably going to turn on you, like
okay
on
with
the party, that they've interrupted their witch burning, unless their father tells them not to.
Okay.
That's the kind of the
Witch.
stakes.
I'm going to say,
Unless, they see their father, give you a blessing of some kind, give you a token of friendship.
Sure.
Or, at the very least, just say, actually, these guys that just assaulted, just killed a man in cold blood by throwing them from a sacred place. They're not so bad. Let them go.
yeah, he was
It's
a
a
witch
tool
too.
of
We've swapped the witch. Okay, well in that case, I tell him that we are angels descended from heaven. I list a couple of historical pieces to persuade him of that, and I say that a great storm is coming, but worry not. The path, you have returned to the path. The evil has been killed, and an innocent woman has been saved. Tell your people to stand down. Let us go from here. You will never see one of us again, but you will always know that you have been touched by God.
Hell of a fast talk.
I'll go persuade. I guess I'm not thinking. Yeah, you're right. It probably is fast talk.
I
Although
guess
you are
are not an
definitely insane,
angel.
so
I'm
maybe-
actually not.
Descendant.
I just saw beyond everything and realized that we were in purgatory, or believe that
Yeah,
we
no,
are
he's
in
not-
purgatory.
He's not indefinitely detained. He's
I took
perfectly
1
sane.
point from that. I just do understand that this is an illusion and none of this is real. And I'm right.
Are you arguing a persuade?
Yeah, whichever you want, man. I got fast talk or persuade.
I definitely fast talk.
Okay,
You are not
yeah.
an angel.
Aren't I?
I'm sorry to find out this way. I'm pulling a reverse pickup on you.
Whee!
It's
That
a
is
put
a
down.
success.
We call this a put down.
A regular success is just fine. He will let you go
Terrific.
in peace. But I can tell you, a hard success will get you a little bit extra.
Would a hard success get him to think that I was an angel?
Would a hard
Descended
success
from the
get him
heavens.
to like stop the bell ringing at all?
Would a hard success get the crown of East Anglia?
Well, now.
What's the math on this puppy? I gotta get down to 35. We're at 25. That's 17 or some nonsense. 17?
17, correct.
God, I'm good at math.
Who knows if you'll need any luck to get out of this, city.
Yeah,
But
sure. You can have
I
17
can
points.
tell you have convinced him that if a hard success will convince him that this place is doomed.
Oh, okay. Well, done. Sure. Yeah, let's see what that does.
You said the storm is coming in. You
Yeah,
said
I'll
terrible
push.
things are about to happen.
Sure.
And he will say, I understand. Then you must take up my vigil.
Okay.
And he'll lead you down to the base. He holds up a hand to his brothers. He quickly leads you down to the basement. Oh, of course. He doesn't lead you down to the basement. He glances at the stores, the crypt under which that enormous stone slab was seemingly protecting the ancient ground of East Anglia. He glances there, and then he reaches into the altar at the head of the church, takes out a enormous leather-tome Bible and opens it up to reveal the pages have been cut away, and inside a simple, single tarnished silver crown.
Give it to me.
If this place is doomed,
Give it to me. Yes.
and if you are a divine portent, as you say, please, sir, you must take this away from here.
I truly believe that this is the reason I was brought here. Give it to me and I will protect it, not just with my life, but with my every life.
With the lives of everybody I know.
I have seen many things I do not understand, but I think I understand now that you are a good man. Please go with God.
I take it.
As I'm going to turn down the cultists shouting outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
You take it?
Yeah, take
It's a plain old silver crown. Just as a mule and cart goes rattling through the front door with...
Hey, that's my ride. See you later, priest.
With 3 people screaming. All right, and so you book it, you leg it down through the winding streets of Dunwich. As you're still gaining up speed, you can see Father Joseph once more ascend to the bell tower to watch you go and to watch the last kind of the crown, the thing that he guarded and his forefathers guarded for all his life. I think Richard got to the cart too. Is that fair to say? Anything else you wanted to do for your last turn, Richard? Sorry, you were at the top of the round. Elizabeth still had a turn.
Sorry?
Elizabeth still had a turn. So in fact,
do you want to use your turn to get one of the other crowns of Anglia?
Can somebody drive better than me?
I mean, I can provide like bonus. I can try to help wrangle the cart.
I think we're all pretty focused on cart wrangling.
If you got nothing to do, I'm happy to let you exeunt. And as you glance back behind you, you see Father Joseph looking out after you, watching, the charge of his forefathers disappear out of the city, trying his best to be at peace with this terrible, weighty decision you made. And as you rattle down the street, still slowly gaining up speed. 3 figures are walking up the street not walking, running up the street towards you, fixated on Sarah, and she just has the strength to lift her head and say, "It's fine. Make sure the bell is not rung." And the 3 figures, a man and 2 women dressed in furs and rags and leathers, barely have time to nod as they keep on running down the streets.
Sick.
And as the cart carries you out of
this, we didn't discover.
Oh, you're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong about that. Because
we didn't go the other direction.
Because
all the vigilantes were. What the fuck were we doing?
Almost out of the city, there is this terrible dark flash from somewhere back in the church, and the body of Father Joseph falls.
Oh well.
Turns to dust, withers away. So too would any priest daring to ascend the bell tower as the 3 figures hold the tower. But regardless, you are free. You are out. And now you just have to get home. You head outside Dunwich. You ride as far as the mule will carry you. And as you go further and further from the city, you start to see less wildlife. The sky seems to become darker. The stars are slowly going out, one by one, the further you walk.
Well, ride.
And 5 miles from St. Bartholomew's Church, the mule and the cart and the world simply disappear. All that can be seen is the void beyond the reach of space and time.
Fucking told you.
The feeling of something looking back at you and the overwhelming nature of this sight prompts a sanity roll.
Yeah.
Valid.
Nah. No. Ooh. I'm cool with this.
There we go.
I'm cool with this. Is totally fine, guys.
Let me out of here.
I'm talking 1d3 on success. I'm talking 1d10.
Oh, hell yeah. Big numbers.
1d3.
God damn it, Jim.
Dude.
All right. Any numbers that need to be worried about?
Yeah.
I had 50 sanity when I started, and I lost 6 sanity in the first session. So I've been right on the edge of indefinite insanity, assuming that it wasn't reset because we haven't slept, we haven't rested.
Yeah.
I needed to lose 2 sanity to go indefinitely insane. That I only lost 1 on a D10. That's
right on the edge.
Standing. Any other numbers I'm worried about?
I rolled a 6 on my D10, so I am going to go temporarily a little bit batty. But
pending intelligence roll. Is that how we do these things?
Yep.
Is it pending intelligence? I thought that was.
This is the one you want to fail. Nope.
You understand exactly what's happening.
No.
She sees. She comprehends.
All right. So we're talking a little tickly kind of bout and madness right now. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely.
As what is it, a D10? You roll a D10. I'll find the page in the book. which I believe is 156.
Oh, I know what that one is.
Oh, you
I think I know what that
do?
one is. I think I know what that one is. Oh, I
You
might be wrong.
suffer psychosomatic blindness,
no,
deafness,
that's not
or
what I
the
thought it was.
loss of the use of a limb or limbs for 1d10
That's
rounds.
actually pretty cool for the space.
Yeah, the
we're in.
world has gone
I-
black, and it
yeah.
has as well.
I
I'm
think
gonna
I
come
think
back to you on this. That's
Okay.
fine. Nothing bad happens yet. Have another roll a number of rounds.
sure. Do you want, fuck it, I'll just do it here.
1d10.
Quite a lot.
Fantastic.
Nice.
9 rounds is like 10 rounds is a minute if we go by like 6 seconds. So
Good to know. As I said, nothing terribly happens yet. And as the world disappears around you, Sarah has now found her feet, and she says, "This was the limits of my wish. I prayed to the dark behind the night. That my unfading wish, my undying desire would be realized, that the bell would not mark my end, but the ruin of all around me. And so it would be until my rescue came. And now I should like to leave this place behind. Hold hands. I will guide you as best I can. I can make no promises."
Okay.
You need to, she asks you to link hands single file, one hand with her, one hand behind,
Okay.
and so on. So I would like to know, if you're complying, who is taking Sarah's hand?
Oh.
I imagine I'd take Sarah's hand since I hold her bodily out of the fire already.
You guys have a
that's
connection.
very sweet.
I'll be at the back
Uh,
of the pack because I have one hand holding it and the other hand is under my shirt clutching the Bible.
Yeah.
I will be one hand on Elizabeth, and I assume since Emmanuel, you would not deign to touch Elizabeth, we can then
You may
do
be in
so. It
between.
will be Levitt, Elizabeth, myself, Emmanuel.
Levitt's at the end, yeah.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
doing
So
it
I can
first.
see Sarah, Emmanuel, Richard, Elizabeth, Tobias.
Tobias,
Unless this is a great character moment for Emmanuel, who realizes that when
Emmanuel's just
you're in
sticking
the
her hand out
limitless
into the
void-
darkness. She doesn't give a
It's
fuck.
time to lose one last English
Alright.
person in
Whoever
the
grabs
in
is
between. Only the French will
In that
be
case,
free.
Elizabeth, you have the chance
I
to
don't
grab Emmanuel's
care.
hand and be further ahead in the line.
I mean I am
Who knows if that's important?
Yeah,
I
I'm
am
stoked.
grasping around, so I like because I can't see, so I will
Oh, that hasn't
grasp
happened yet.
for.
Don't worry about that yet. As
Don't
I
worry
said,
about it.
nothing terrible will happen just yet. You're not you're still at, if I can quote the other Call of Cthulhu title, you're still at the edge of the darkness. You're glancing into the void, but I'm not going to take you over just yet.
Curious.
In that case, because I've been helping with Sarah, I would prefer to be
Yeah.
a little closer.
Fantastic.
To
we
her.
were sitting at the front of the cart, so yeah, I would have just grabbed Elizabeth.
Absolutely.
Sarah and
Great. All
Elizabeth, who were
right.
up there
Sarah,
with me.
Emmanuel, Elizabeth, Richard, Tobias at the end. You hold hands and you start walking. You make your way out into the void. You feel the ground dissipate beneath your feet. The ambient lighting turns a little bit more moody.
good.
And here, Sarah calls out, asking, praying, wishing to be shown the way home. And in the distance, after a few moments of almost oppressive silence, the faint tolling of a bell can be heard in the distance. In the distance, or below you, or above you, or ahead of you, or behind you, difficult to say, but seemingly Sarah knows the way. And Sarah begins to pull you. At this point, everyone needs to make a power roll.
Oh, hell yeah. And our power is reduced from the previous nonsense. Come on.
Well,
If you succeed, you lose 1d4 magic points. If you failed, you lose 1d4 plus 1 magic points, and I got a little bit more for you.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, as soon as you run out of magic points, they start eating into your hit points.
Oh, shit.
Is this the kind of thing you would advise pushing?
Or if pushing's even feasible.
I'm not inclined to push it because things are about to get worse.
Okay. All right. Sure. I'll lose 1d4 plus 1.
Fantastic. And Richard, make a dexterity roll for me
Oofed.
Okay. I will
to
make a
avoid
dexterity roll.
letting go of the person in front of you.
I've lost
Hell
4
yes.
magic points. Let me just track that first. My magic point total went down, so I'm now at 5 magic points because I rolled a 3. I make a dexterity roll to keep a hand out. I failed that too.
Fantastic.
Shit.
Oh, and of course, Elizabeth. Oh man, I was going to give you a penalty die on that last roll. Have a penalty die because
I rolled an extreme.
I know, but I wanted to give you a penalty die because you are some combination of blind and deaf.
Yeah,
and
hell
not
yeah.
only can you not hear the bell, you can hear the bell inside
Well,
your skull. Your
that's-
ears, your sense of hearing has been replaced by
That's
this
still fine.
sense of this terrible thing just beyond the darkness, watching intently at
Hell
you.
yes.
But you rolled a 27, so you're fine.
No, I rolled a 20. Oh no, 27. Yeah. Which still is. It's not a
Still
hard
fine.
success, but it's close.
That's fine,
not
as
quite
you
hard
were.
success.
But there might be another one of these rolls coming up, and I'm going to get you to do it again because I got 2 rounds of that illness. No, 9 rounds, right?
But
I'm gonna get another one
Richard
off you.
losing hand.
Yeah, sure.
Regardless, this is fun. Richard, you have failed the dexterity roll. Am I right?
Yes, I
In
can
which
push,
case,
push that if you'd like. I'm
I'm not
standing by
inclined to
ready
push
for
you.
I think it might
I think
be
we're beyond
fuck.
pushing. We're
Yeah.
literally, this is the worst possible place you could be, lost in the void beyond
Excellent.
time and space. There's nothing I can do to make this worse. You have lost Elizabeth's hand, which means, Tobias, you still have Richard's hands. Maybe you
Hey,
do, maybe you don't yet
Tobias.
know that Richard has
Richard.
lost Elizabeth's hand.
Not very Batman of you.
Richard can. What's your instinct? I can say the scenario gives you 2 options, but I'm inclined to just ask you what your instinct is.
I would try and get back onto the chain.
Excellent choice. That will require a hard dex roll.
Here we go. A success, which I
29.
A success is fine.
Well, I can actually get it to a hard. It's all my luck bar 1. I can get down to 1 luck and get
Join
to a
us.
hard success.
Join
Did you
us.
say that it needed to be hard?
Yeah.
Didn't
They're
you say?
right
it
then.
Did
needed to be
I? I
hard?
did say that. Yep.
did.
Sorry. Yes. Yep. Because you've lost, it's a hard success to get back. But you're saying you can do that?
I can do that. I do that.
Join us
Alright.
in No Lucksville.
Hello. Lovely to be here. Well, not really, but
No, it kind of
Fantastic.
It's cold and lonely.
You still lose another 1d4 magic points for
Do
losing
I
your
as well?
way and being enveloped in the darkness. It says investigator who let go of the person in front of them. You're still holding on to Richard, so I think you're okay.
Okay, I feel good about this. I don't even realize how close we were to death
Yeah.
or the great beyond.
All right,
I knew you'd
fantastic.
get us through this, Richard.
Spoiler alert: you do that. We do that one more time,
Oh, let's
according to the
go.
scenario.
How
Now that you attempt to rejoin the chain, you succeed at doing so. Elizabeth, you're kind of maybe struck by terror as Richard's hand kind of looses itself from you. Maybe you call out, maybe he calls out, but regardless, you cannot hear. All you can hear is the bells and in your skull, and all you can feel is the darkness thickening around you.
Hell yeah.
Everybody have one more power roll.
yeah.
With a penalty die for Elizabeth because nothing but bells.
Oops, all bells.
Oh, full.
Shit.
That would have been delightful if that had stayed
You're
at
1
51.
point.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
That would be
The
very
darkness
funny.
is even thicker. Did anyone fail?
Yeah, I did.
All right, fantastic. Successes lose 1d4 magic points. Sorry, success lose 1d4 magic points. Fail lose 1d4 plus 2
Oh dear.
Oh,
I'm
magic
doing so good at
points.
this.
And Elizabeth now needs a dex roll to
Oh,
hold
dex.
on to Emmanuel's hand.
Everything.
Dun dun
Well,
Da-da-da-da.
dun dun.
bye.
nice knowing you guys.
Ba-ba-ba.
Oh
You've got
Bye.
18 points of luck, right?
no!
I
Like
won.
You can turn that into
I've got no
57.
So at that moment, I think the madness lifts. Your ears now restored, your sight is restored, in the sense that, yep, all you can hear is the bells all around you, and all you can see is the darkness. So this was the dex roll to hold on. Once again, it's a hard dex roll to try to re-establish connection, unless the people behind have anything to do about it. Or, I mean, the
Last time I
or
didn't
that
even
I
realize it
alluded
had
to
happened.
before is if
So
you
can
realize.
Can I? Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. No, you
I was
go
gonna
ahead.
say I heard what Sarah said.
What did Sarah say?
She said she made a wish.
Mhm.
I know that I don't have a lot left in me. And I think what is the point of actually two things. One, is it reasonable that I might know that Levitt has the crown?
Levity is subtle.
Not waving it about.
He's not that subtle. He thinks it's hidden, but sure, in the interest of the end of the scenario, sure, you probably know.
Great. I care about the safety of that crown above all other things, and I know he is behind me. So I will wish for the other two to go ahead. I will. I'm at 0 magic points, so essentially I'm going to let my essence fade and become part of whatever cycle this is. And I'm going to say, my family has spent generations in East Anglia. I care about it more than anything else. I want it to remain safe. I will stay, but let them go.
I mean,
Guide them safely home.
I'm hearing a power roll to fling Richard and Tobias, who are still holding your hand behind you, to fling them towards Sarah, fling them towards safety.
Yep.
Oh.
Success.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, harder extreme, I'm inclined to say that Elizabeth's getting out of this, but a regular success. I don't think Elizabeth
unless someone is able to help me with a bonus, there is nothing I can do to bring that down to a
No,
half.
heck that.
Then
Nothing you can do. You're out of luck. 8 points of luck, that's not much.
Yeah, no.
But it's
But
spent.
I have no luck. I
It's
got
gone.
a fair way through this scenario with the luck I had. And as I said, I care about my country more than and my family's legacy more than I care about one individual in the chain. And also, there's adventure to be had. This is
Perhaps.
an unknown, and I don't
Let's hope.
hate unknowns. So I will
All right.
I will allow my essence to unravel and disappear into the darkness.
You are lost in the void.
Your hand fades and is replaced with another. It's more calloused. It's a sailor's hand. It's worse. It's French.
It's
Emmanuel.
French.
The link is reestablished with one. The chain is reestablished with one fewer link.
What the? Where's Elizabeth?
And as the solidification of the darkness intensifies, the tolling of the bell becomes deafening, and all of a sudden, in an almost ear-shattering blast, the darkness is dismissed, and you fall from a great height. You're enveloped in water, and you hit the ocean. With a gasp, you swim up to the surface. You're buffeted by heavy waves. You are in a storm in the middle of the night. And you can begin making your way toward the shore.
Glub, glub, glub.
4 drenched figures when 5 entered darkness.
Can we see if Tobias drowns with the crown?
Yeah.
Tobias drags himself onto the shore, crown still in hand.
We did it.
Tobias
We did it.
swim.
We did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. Yes.
Where's Elizabeth?
I think she got caught and sent us on.
Is Sarah with us?
Sarah is with you. She is standing, kind of still, taking in the air. She breathes in as if it's the first real air she's breathed in some time.
What was that? Where are we now? Where are we now? When?
When?
back.
When?
We're home. It matters not when, only that this place is real. This is the place that you and I were born, and that is all that matters. We are out of my refuge. We are out of that place I wished. We are out of that place that was beyond space and time, and he who is behind the night and the darkness has delivered us here. We are back where we belong.
But when?
She just kind of
the line of
stands.
ships.
She's just looking out in the sea. She sounds like she doesn't have much more to say, but behind you can see the lights of Suffolk blinking gently in the distance.
Oh, good.
You need
That's a
to
start.
you need to come with us. If you have any insight into where we were, if you did all this, ultimately her blood or whatever's left of her is on your hands. You said you wanted people to come and save you. Well, she came to save you, and now she's gone.
And she's not here. And you are.
A life for a life. It is a bargain that was made and a bargain that cannot be undone.
Well, you better make it worth it then.
I think I will step a little bit forward and put myself between the other two and our new friend. I've lost somebody that I've been protecting for a number of years. Don't think I'm quite equipped to deal with it. And now suddenly there is a new person to protect put forward, and I will flawlessly swap over my whole series of complex attachment
rarely
issues
see this in
and
nature.
glare. It's
I'm so
fine.
lucky to witness this.
Let's just make it back to Suffolk.
Fine.
No,
I'll join
I
you.
never want to see any of you again. And I'm gonna go find a dog and go back to friends.
Regardless, it is a storm. It is pouring all around you.
We head
there is
into the-
only one light. The storm is increasing on strong. Any port in the storm.
We head the hell over.
Sarah will take your oath of fealty, Richard, and just kind of smile a little bit and nod and say, "Thank you. You are most kind. I will see you up ahead." And she just seems to want a moment with the ocean.
She can
Right.
have it.
Is she speaking in Middle English?
No, well, difficult to say in the darkness, and the storm pouring all around you.
I head for the city.
Leave her in peace. And
You leave her in
continue
peace?
with, doing that awkward, we're both going the same direction but are not acknowledging each other walk with Emmanuel and...
That's it. And if you happen to glance behind, Sarah is gone.
Oh no!
That was the
Ghost.
last you'll ever see of her. Tobias.
Do you immediately
that's a
latch to
funny
me?
word to use. That's a funny word to use, Tobias, because you get a prickling in the back of your neck as you trudge up Dunwich Beach under the cliffs above you. Every now and then you feel the urge to glance around. Maybe every now and then on the edges of your vision, you could see a figure in translucent robes standing at the top of that cliff, watching over you. But you turn around and it's gone. But that is a feeling that will follow you for many weeks to come, and could only be abated if that crown is returned to a hiding place. But maybe not. Maybe you have other plans for it, and maybe that spirit of the priest would like you to enforce its plans for it.
All the ships in the city, you say?
That's a lot of ships.
I'm happy to leave that hanging, the plot with the crown at least, but for now, you escape. The bells of St. Bartholomew's are done ringing. The gateway has been opened from the realm of the old gods, and you are here in as Sarah
And
said,
the proper one.
world you're born. Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
And as I'm just scrolling
Thought it was
through
gonna
the
be the
epilogue
future or
and
something.
trying to see it. Here we are. You're making your way over the dunes to what's left of Dunwich. By what's left, I mean that small smattering of villages that you remember. The only light at this time of night is coming from the Ship Inn on St. James Street. And sure enough, as you kind of trudge your way up the street, the door is kind of thrown open against the wind, and the innkeeper, a portly man in some kind of like leather jacket, calls out, "Get yourselves warm. No reason to be out there in that kind of night. Come on, get yourselves in."
step inside, glance towards where there should be a very old man in the side of the bar. You know?
No such man. It's mostly quiet night. There are hardly any travelers out there in this side of night. Only the innkeeper in his strange dress. He has an odd leather jacket with shiny buttons. Surely too ostentatious to wear for an innkeeper. There is a flickering quite unlike any candle you've seen coming from the ceiling.
Movement forward.
And there is a calendar hanging on the wall. You didn't escape on the first loop. You did not emerge.
Oh, hell yeah.
During the storm of January 14th, 1916. No. You did not escape after the second reset. You did not appear a little after midnight on the morning of February 1st, 1953. You escaped, if I'm not mistaken, after the third reset.
Yeah.
On the morning, which was, of course, after the third ringing of the bells, it was the next time a storm that affected mostly the coast of Germany, but was powerful enough to ring the bell of St. Bartholomew below the waves, of course, in that great storm of February 16th, 1962.
Oh, hell
yes.
You're not in your own time, but there is no doubt you are in the same old dunnage. The pastures are herdless and sheepless. There's no pasture or shelter for herds. The wind is relentless and sleepless and restless and songless the birds. Their cries from afar fall breathless. Their wings are as lightnings that flee. For this land has two lords that are deathless, death's self and the sea. That was Amaranthine Desire from Nameless Horrors, and what a scenario. I had a good time. I got through it in one piece. Hopefully you all did.
That was awesome.
Yay.
Well done, Jackson. Terrific content.
So I did it. But well done.
And
very nicely done.
Desire by Matthew Sanderson for clear credits. What a scenario. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, there
A++
is. We love a
huge fan.
time loop.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, Groundhog.
What a time loop.
Excellent work, Jackson. So
I had a great time.
You didn't cry once.
Oh, did someone cry? Did I get some tears? Can I chalk that up to my GM achievements? I'll take it. Oh no, so you didn't cry once.
You didn't cry. You didn't
once.
cry.
Oh, I didn't cry once. Then I succeeded. All right. Yep. Nope. There's a wrong number of tears on both sides of the screen. All good. Yes, indeed, that was a fantastic scenario. We didn't even see what the ghosts are up to. We didn't even see what the witches are up to. And if that sounds intriguing, you better pick up a copy of Nameless Horrors from Chaosium.com or on the Roll20 marketplace, which is what's been helping me stumble through this excellent scenario with any kind of success. And I think that's all I had to say, because someone other than me has a better idea about what's coming up in the coming weeks, because my brain is fried.
Yeah. We can take it away. So, first of all, again, thank you, Jackson, and thanks, well Jackson. Run. Congratulations for being the first of the extended cast to step into the keeper seat, but not the last. So what's going to happen the next couple of weeks? We are probably going to be away. I don't know why I said probably. We're going to be away. If there's something else comes up, that's the exception to the rule. And then we come into PAX season, where the Stream of Chaos is going to be running a live game. And I actually think I know it off the dome. It's Saturday, October 7th at 8 p.m. in the Quokka Theatre. It's called Chaosium Presents Call of Cthulhu Live, I believe. It'll be the 5 of us all there, joined with a guest as well to run through a scenario. So if you can make it, please do. And that will also be streamed over on the PAX Twitch channel. Once it's done there, it will live on our YouTube, where you can find all of our other games. As you can also find the one that we ran last year, which was... Shouldn't have started this sentence without Scratch.
Rat poppin'.
Rat nonsense. It was awesome.
What a good time.
Yes, that'll be really fun.
I think I also died in that one.
I think everyone but Alex.
Oh, well,
spoilers, I guess, but I think everyone but Alex died.
Oh yeah, spoilers. Cover your ears. Everyone died but me.
Was it you?
Achievement I'll take with me.
It was pretty cooked. We fully ran through some people by the end. It was great. And I promise that this time everyone will die. Not a single person will survive. Then coming out of that, it's going to be Alex, who is running. What is the name of your scenario again, Alex? Okay, no one knows. It's one of them. But Alex will be stepping into the keeper's seat to take us through another of the Nameless Horrors scenarios. And in between, one of those will be pre-recorded because Jamie and I are going to be at South by Southwest in Sydney running another game. So I presume that will be streamed somewhere. We'll kind of let you know as we know.
Heck yeah.
But check that out as well. And if we can, we'll
Probably.
definitely wrestle that onto our YouTube channel too.
And slide on into the Discord, which there is probably a link somewhere nearby to keep in touch with all of our happenings. Because yes, interruptions coming to regular programming, but good interruptions. Should be a good time.
That's exactly right.
And after that, we'll be continuing with our regular streaming content. We are, with the exception of last week, this week, and potentially 1 week coming up, live.
Each Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific. These have been exceptions, we promise.
We're about to hit.
Yeah,
No.
5 p.m. for now, but then time zones multiple times.
Daylight
We're about to hit
savings.
the rolling daylight savings nightmare.
That's
For the
true.
record, it's like 10 o'clock at night now. It's great, but time zones. I need a nap.
Oh yeah. We
Fantastic
will
mod
wrestle that
extraordinaire.
beast as it approaches.
A fantastic mod extraordinaire RQ Stefan posted in the Nameless Horrors channel in the Discord. An excellent guide to
Yes, I saw that as
your
well.
travels through daylight savings.
Oh my
So
God.
that's another
Horrible,
reason to get in
horrible
the
math
Discord.
for us.
You need a witch to hold your hand and walk you through it, or else you will get lost.
This is why, for anyone who is new on the channel, this is why we say happy time
Happy
zone
time zone.
when we say hello to everyone, because there are so many and they change.
And
They are the real eldritch
It is a
horror.
disaster every time.
Speaking of happy time zone, I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah.
Space between. I'm running
I'll
the
leave it
space
there.
between.
All right,
Space
Space
Between.
Between. Thank you, Alex.
I
Well
do know
done.
it. I do know
Hey,
it.
this is me.
All right, thank you, everyone, and we will see you soon.